What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
You're a little late. Away we go. Welcome to season 17, episode number 3,743. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my God, Montgomery. And you are the Men's Room. But today, once again, we play Big Dummy. A guitarist named Aaron Jones joins us in studio with some new music and a Frisbee. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack, drinkity John.
All right, here we go. A deer is seen getting great deals while shopping inside of a Michigan Dollar General store. Meanwhile, a shop in Japan is selling nothing but pooped-themed items that you will simply adore. Florida family leaves air fryer on overnight, and now their kitchen is a total loss. Missouri school board agrees to start paddling kids again to show them who's boss. And a United flight is canceled after passengers boarded the plane and sat there on the tarmac for 9 hours. Oh, my God. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. Here's how it works. You call us, we spin the category wheel. Oh, nice work, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
And then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Danny, who thought Gluteus Maximus was a Roman emperor and found a way to answer 16 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
Big contestant to play Big Dummy. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but tell us, away we go. Welcome to season 17, episode number 3,743. What a large and charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Maybe Ted's meat and potatoes today. The head chef obviously is enjoying a little vacation.
Damn.
Instead of the head chef today, we have scheduled guitarist Aaron Jones to the program. Now, it should be noted that Aaron has probably been on the road the last 9 years of his life.
It seems that way, man.
God almighty. Either way, he just got back into town, and I know he's been traveling the world and everything else, so we're happy to talk to Aaron. Aaron, by the way, is kicking off the Pain in the Grass pre-party. That'll be next Wednesday night, the Moore Theater, along with Pretty Reckless.
Yeah.
So he's coming in. Not only that, but Aaron's got a brand new single. I believe we are able to play that for you today, although I
think we know a guy.
Does not get released until tomorrow, as far as the nationwide audience is concerned. But excited to talk to Aaron Jones.
We are, man. We his true dreams are about to be fulfilled. I need you to understand that, sure, he just opened for the Rolling Stones in Europe.
Yeah.
But, let's face it, being on this show, when he could be at home hanging out with his family, this is the cherry on top of his cake right here. We are the final jewel in his crown.
Well, when he looks back at his career and some of the happier times, like playing Red Festival in a parking lot for us.
That's correct.
I mean, the idea of opening up for the Rolling Stones, who cares?
Yeah, at that point.
He told Mick, I played Red Festival. This is not a big deal. I'm not even nervous.
I mean, honestly,
anyway.
It was in a parking lot. It was Red Fest. He played. He could have just stopped there.
Yeah.
And now he's just kind of dragging it out, a little pat. Sure, open for the Stones, whatever. And I know it's a completely different experience opening for the Stones.
Oh, yeah.
It's lame.
I just know for a fact.
There's only a few people there.
Well, we also haven't had a Red Festival or a Pain in the Grass in a while, so
Which is killing him.
he's needed to fill a schedule.
That's why he's been out on the road.
Yeah, also, he's got 3 little kids, man. So the fact that they haven't seen Dad in a long time, and Dad's back in town, but Dad's taking the time to come in and see us. That's, we appreciate that because we know time is valuable, especially when you're on the road all the time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't get to see your kids. That's the only thing that you want to do is just kind of hang out with your family and spend the day and the day off. So
maybe that's why he's coming in, though.
Happy to have him in. He's
never really,
geez, 3 days of this crap.
Mind if I come in, fellas?
I'm not cutting the grass. I think, though, if you did have that kind of life, when you came home, you'd want to do that.
Yes.
Sure.
Like, honey, when's trash day again?
Breathe.
I'm taking the trash out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm going to clean the bathroom. Whatever it is, just some sense of normalcy.
Right.
The idea of waking up in your own bed. I can't imagine. I've done 2 or 3 nights in different hotels before, and it gets a little delirious if you're traveling.
Sure.
As far as where am I? What time is it? What city am I in again? What in the hell's going on? Where is the bathroom at 3:00 in the morning?
How do I flush the toilets in this bathroom at 3 o'clock?
So now it's just like, who are you? I'm your wife. You're home. Oh, wow! Thank God! Finally, I made it home.
I haven't had a pair of cold feet on me.
Yeah, exactly.
In months.
Hey, Ron Jones coming up, and we're excited to have him in here, and we'll get a chance to hopefully debut the brand new single as well for you. What else do we have on tap? We have the Men's Room Happy Hour, exclusively on the Odyssey app. If you don't have the Odyssey app, download it now. It's absolutely free. And then when you do, you want to favorite the Men's Room Happy Hour channel. It'll give you an alert right a little bit before 6 o'clock. We do more Men's Room for you Monday through Friday there at 6. And as we play the game known as Big Dummy today, we typically play a little dirty Big Dummy. We're trying to finagle, believe it or not, somebody from Steel Panther to come on because they're playing a gig. They're in a plane, though, during that time.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to try to get Sticks It In Ya or one of those guys on. But either way, speaking of Sticks Is In Ya, today on Dirty Big Dummy, all of the names are not real porn stars. There's only one that is, which requires me to do a little bit of extra work because I got to make up 3 names.
Okay. All right.
But one is an actual porn star. So, for an example, Amanda Poker. Is that a real person? Amanda Lick. Is she for real? Willie B. Hardigan. I got it. Is that an actual porn star? No. And we go down the list and we invite you to play at home.
Yeah.
Oliver Buttreeks. Is that a real person? Or not? Or not? Ben Insider.
Okay.
Betty Humpter. Is that a porn star?
Betty Humpter.
Or is that just one that I came up with in my sick brain? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Kenny DeWitt. Kenny DeWitt.
Kenny DeWitt.
Kenny Stokett's on there.
Kenny Stockett.
I was having a really good time with this today. It was great.
It's going to be a good day when Miles is chuckling just like this behind his computer as he's writing these down.
Dixie Normus. Is that a real person?
Yeah. The classic.
Yeah. Dirty Big Dummy coming up. Please download the Odyssey app. Tons of great channels on there as well. And of course, the Men's Room Happy Hour. If you listen now on there, there's no channel. It's a dead channel until we go on. Keep in mind that's also explicit as we are allowed to cuss on there and stuff.
Sure.
So keep that in mind if you've got kids around. Okay, today is the day we play the regular game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We'll spin the category wheel.
Skin it.
Skin it.
Skin that wheel on.
We're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. So far, our biggest dummy has been Danny. Took Danny 16 questions to get one right. All right, here we go. Who's our... poll. God almighty, I got so much stuff going on. Okay, so every time we play Big Dummy, we do a little Men's Room poll. The last time we asked you to pick one. Would that be to be able to fly? To have the perfect body for the rest of your life? And whatever your definition is of a perfect body, you could take that. To have eternal wealth or to cure cancer. So those were your 4 options. Here's how the voting went down, and we put the poll up every time we play at our Twitter at Men's Room Live, and here's how the results shook out. The one thing most people really didn't care about, believe it or not, 6% of you said you'd want a perfect body for the rest of your life. You could eat whatever you want, however you want to be built, however you want to look, you got that. 10% of you said that you would want to fly, which I thought was a low number for that because it's always been one of those things that's intrigued me in life. At 35%, some of you were not selfish and wanted to cure cancer. And the number one thing that you wanted, if you could have anything else, almost 50%, 48% of you said eternal wealth. So that's how that, I thought of that one too, right? I need to have you guys help me write some of these.
Submit your entries to Miles.Montgomery.
Holden's a great name. I need to get into that one. Holden. I'll remember that one next time. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this week on the poll, not only are you going to have a product named after you, okay?
Mr. Gleesack, I appreciate it.
Not only going to have a product named after you, but the product is you're going to be the face like the Gerber baby.
Right, like your image is on this product.
This is named after you, kind of like Lou Gehrig's disease.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we know who Lou Gehrig was an amazing baseball player, but that's not how we know Lou Gehrig.
Right.
And almost like the George Foreman grill.
Or what about like Johnny AIDS?
Sure. Well, come on.
Johnny AIDS.
John Madden, wasn't his mind blown when he found out that he was an actual football coach?
Yeah, he didn't know he was a real person. He knows Madden as the de facto video football game, which it is. And then when John Madden died, that's what it was. And sitting there with my kid, and the words come up that John Madden has passed. My kid is like, he has the same last name as the video game. I said, he's kind of the guy behind it, man.
Yeah. So he just thought it was an actual company that the game.
So I gave him the whole history of who John Madden actually was.
Super Bowl winning coach.
Oh, yeah.
For the Oakland Raiders and all that. But that's not your legacy all the time. No. Mm-hmm. Like John Crapper. We all know what he invented.
Mm-hmm. Right. And he didn't invent the crab. He invented the flushable part of the toilet. Instead, we decided to name the poop after him.
Okay. So your name is going to be attached to one of these items. And your face, you will be the spokesperson. If there's a commercial, if there's anything to do with this product, it's going to be you. So you're the face and you are the name of this product.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
So if you had hemorrhoids and you needed some hemorrhoid cream, you would never ask for that. You would ask for a tube of my cock. Right. And you would have to use that.
It's become the name of the product.
You would see Mike's face on the product, and you go, oh, man, I really need that because my butt is inside out. All right, so one is named after you. Will it be hemorrhoid cream? Mm-hmm. An adult diaper, such as it depends. Right. Oh, man, we need a pack of my cocks because Grandma's...
She's leaking again.
She's got one left.
Grandma's got to change her Montgomerys.
Yes, she does. Yeah, exactly. Because, she's only got a couple left. Number 3 is an enema kit, which I know your father had to purchase not too long ago.
He was so happy about that.
But your face would be on that.
Right. And man, I need a thrill.
And number 4 is a lice comb, which is it's exactly what it is.
It is.
Right. Specifically to comb lice.
Oh, man, I got lice. Give me the thrill.
Down here, yeah, exactly. Well, it's just that easy. That's our poll, our men's room poll. All right, the game is up. Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Chris.
Hola. Chris, are you on team sober, team not sober?
Not sober.
Okay. Oh, boy. Here we go. All right, Chris. One is going to be named after you. Will it be hemorrhoid cream, adult diapers, enema kit, or a lice comb?
Enema cream.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Enema cream.
An enema kit? Okay, I got you. There's no such thing as enema cream.
No, there's no enema cream.
It's called water. All right, Chris, here is your question. Bates High School. That was a high school featured in what 1976 horror movie? Bates High School.
Master Bates.
Oh, there you go. I believe it was Carrie, wasn't it?
It was Carrie.
Was it Carrie? Okay.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
Well, sorry about that. I considered Carrie, but because it was based off the book, I didn't know if they would name it Bates School. I'm guessing that's a throwback to Psycho.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's kind of a tribute to Psycho. That's, if you use Bates for anything now, I just assume Psycho has something to do with it.
Exactly.
Unless your last name is, in fact, Bates. Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Jason, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
I am Team Sober. I'm currently working, gentlemen.
All right,
Before we
Jason.
get going, though, can I just say one thing about Aaron Jones?
Sure.
I'm so excited he's going to be here at Pain in the Grass. I saw him when he opened up for Guns N' Roses at the Gorge a few years ago. Great show.
Oh, man, he is absolutely. We saw him in Sacramento.
In November, October?
October, I think was when we were down there. And it was an awesome show.
Real cool. Massive stage, ton of people.
Absolutely killed it. And he opened up at that point in time. It was Metallica.
I don't even know why he bothers to open for Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Rolling Stones. Again, he played Red Fest. It's all been downhill since then.
Yeah. All right, Jason, what do you say here? What is named after you? Hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
Let's go with adult diaper kit.
Adult diaper. All right.
Let me ask you this, man. Have you had to use any of those 4 products in your life?
No, sir. Not yet. I'm only 40, so we'll see.
I've had to use the lice comb, but it's for crabs, not lice.
I've used hemorrhoid cream, and we did put on an adult diaper.
Oh, we did,
for a show just to see if we could actually use the bathroom
Were they
in our
comfortable?
pants.
They weren't terrible.
They weren't terrible, but the problem is that psychologically, it's very difficult to make yourself go in your pants.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And the whole process was to see if we could willingly defecate, as an adult, willingly defecate in your own pants.
Miles
and
also has his position.
We did not do it. We kind of tried. You just couldn't get your body to do it. But our boss came running in because he'd been gone all day and said, "Hey, man, you guys brought up this idea about 2 weeks ago." And I said, "No." I said, "We remember that. That's why we did it on the day you weren't here." So either way. All right. Here is your question.
Send it.
In what country was the Terracotta Army sealed underground?
Ooh, I should know this. I watch the History Channel all the time.
Oh, they've covered this a million times, for sure.
I think it's somewhere in Asia. Do I have to be specific, or can I say Asia? That's a continent.
It is a continent, but yeah, I need the country.
Let's say Malaysia.
China. The big dog.
China.
Close.
China. Rhymes with huge China. Huge.
Pretty good impression there.
China.
Huge China.
Echo.
A lot of people in China.
Huge China.
You guys are having a great time. I love it.
Bigly China.
1 billion people in China.
Huge China.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
All right, your question.
We're off the rails.
We didn't even get high.
Sorry, man.
I brought a joint in, but I
believe
forgot. I forgot it in the car.
Oh, Lord.
First time I stepped foot in China.
Huge China.
Huge.
You feel so small. So huge.
Stink in the air in China. All right. Couldn't wash it out of the smell of my clothes. First time I visited China.
Huge China buffet.
All you can eat. Yeah. All right, here's a question. A man by the name of Klaus von Stauffenberg attempted to murder whom in 1944?
1944.
Klaus von Stauffenberg?
Stauffenberg, yes. Klaus von Stauffenberg.
In 44.
Correct.
I want to say Hitler, but I think he was already dead by 44. Geez, I don't know. The Queen Elizabeth. Totally gets it.
I would have guessed Hitler.
It was Adolf Hitler, man.
It was Hitler?
It was, yeah.
I thought he was already dead. Oh, my
He
goodness.
died in, 45, I believe.
Something like that.
All right, your question. What side did the British support in the U.S. Civil War?
What side did the British support in the U.S. Civil War?
Mm-hmm.
Not the U.S.
Okay. All right, very good. What a huge.
Nose so big.
Huge China. More Big Dummy coming up. 206-421-ROCK.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy. 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Logan. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Big Dummy.
Hello, Logan.
Hola.
Hola.
Logan, sober or not sober?
I am sober, unfortunately.
That's all right, Logan. Welcome to a Big Dummy. Okay, our Men's Room poll. One is named after you. Hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
I'm going to go with enemas, I guess. Not
Enema
a lot of
kit.
good options. But
All right, I need a Logan. I'm backed up.
exactly.
Honey, I know it's going to be better. Can you buy me a Logan?
Maybe two. Just so we'll have one on hand.
All right, Logan. Yeah. Here is your question. Who was the second person to step foot on the moon?
Well, the first person was Neil Armstrong. I don't know. Buzz Lightyear? I don't know.
Oh, Buzz
so close.
Lightyear.
Wasn't it Buzz?
It was, in fact,
Buzz Aldrin?
Buzz Aldrin.
Ah,
Yeah. You get your halfway to home. At least you got your buzz right.
All right, what classical composer was the subject of the number one hit song in 1986 by the band Falco?
Falco.
They're literally a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get this one right either. Moving on to the next one.
Just guess a classical composer.
Beethoven.
Ooh,
That was a stupid guess.
Mozart.
Yeah. From the movie Amadeus, they had the song Amadeus. I believe Amadeus was his middle name, right?
Fuck me, Amadeus.
Yes. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
That's right.
Amadeus.
Yeah.
Wolfgang!
Yeah. Yeah. Mozart, first composer to have a hype man. Look it up. Oh, yeah.
Oh!
All right, your question. What's the difference between an herb and a spice?
Herbs are used as garnish.
I think the herb is the leaves,
That is correct.
and the spice are anything other than the leaves.
That is correct.
That's kind of where I was going to.
Yeah. All right, Logan, the enema.
You like herbs.
I like my herbs, man. Here is your question. What type of animal guards the Ark of the Covenant in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
A lion.
Snakes?
Snakes.
Oh, yeah. Why does it have to be snakes?
Why does it always?
Why is it always?
I believe that's the quote.
That's right.
See, it wouldn't have carried as much weight. So why does it always have to be lions?
Right.
You probably only would have said that once. All right, your question. Which southwestern state is known as the land of enchantment?
Southwest states. California's not considered Southwest, is it?
No.
Really?
Well, I mean, it is.
I mean,
but
it's south and it's
But
west.
they just call it West Coast.
Southern California. It goes down pretty far. I don't know. Arizona?
New Mexico, though.
New Mexico, yeah.
Darn it.
Question 6.
By the way, they should rephrase. It's not known as the land of enchantment. You just say they like to promote themselves as a land of enchantment. It is known as a land of methamphetamine.
What is enchanting about New Mexico?
Hold up, man. They say Virginia's for lovers.
Right.
I mean, all right. You're like, oh, we're in love. We should go to Virginia.
Right.
Why? Why should we go there? Because we're in love.
And Virginia was built for us.
Yeah, we'll get a sticker.
All right, the question. What model was married to the musician Seal? She's currently on television.
Currently on television.
She's a judge on a TV show.
Judge Judy? Being a model.
Judge
She could be.
Judy. You know what? I like that guess so much. Judge Judy, married to Sue.
Heidi Klum.
Yes, indeed. Is it Klum or Klum?
Klum. I don't know. Klum. I'd know if I was dating her.
I'm Klum.
I'm going to do it.
All right. True or false question for you.
All right.
A man can be fined in the state of Utah if he's seen in that state with his fly down.
Yeah, I don't think the Mormons like that so much. I'm going to say that's true.
That's false.
Oh, no. I wish it was true.
Well, that's why Utah's the perfect state to say that, right? Because they're like, I can see that being a problem. All right. Your question, what is the only planet that is not also a name of a U.S. town or city?
Jupiter would be a stupid name for a city. Let's go Jupiter.
There is a Jupiter, Florida. You can also go to Mercury, Nevada. If you want to go to Venus, you got to go to Texas. And while you're in Texas, take the time to visit Earth. There's a place called Earth, Texas.
Earth, Texas.
If you go to Indiana, make sure you check out Saturn. And if you go to New Jersey, you can check out Neptune Township.
Wow.
If you go to West Virginia, you can find Pluto. You can.
It doesn't exist anymore.
The only city I know got demoted. But the only city, or the only one that doesn't exist.
Demoted to West Virginia.
Uranus.
Yeah, we'll give it to West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there is an area of the country, is it outside of St. Louis? Somewhere in Missouri, I think.
I believe it is, yes.
It's an unincorporated area.
It's where they
that
have
goes by
Uranus fudge.
Right, Uranus.
We actually talked to them.
Yeah.
Remember they were going to send us fudge? Uranus
They
fudge
actually
packet?
did send us. No, they sent us a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
It was fudge from Uranus, I believe,
Correct.
or something.
Yeah, yeah.
This is true, Mike. I swear to God.
Yeah, it is.
You can Google it. They make fudge, and it's
Mike,
like the Uranus Fudge Company.
There's more than that. They hand pack it.
Yeah. Seriously, Google it.
It's hand-packed fudge.
We're not kidding.
it. I believe
All right.
Yeah.
We're telling the lie.
Question 9, Logan. I'm dead serious.
I know you are.
We had them on the show.
I believe you.
All right. Your question. In the 2006 movie Flicka, what type of animal is Flicka?
Like a
Flicka.
like a slug, I guess. I don't know.
What did you guys?
Sounds like a grasshopper to me.
Flicka. Why does Flicka sound like a grasshopper? Like, I don't know what Flicka sounds like.
Is it a duck?
It is not a
it's
duck.
a horse.
A horse.
Did you see this movie?
It came out when I was a kid, so I saw the commercials.
What is it about?
I don't. It was back in the time when it was just a horse movie. Here's a horse with personality. This is a horse.
Was it like a talking horse?
I don't think so. It was just one of those feel-good movies where Flicka was a wild horse that eventually became a domesticated horse, but then the kids got there and then wilded out the horse again. You know,
See, I'm just not.
those were the movies when I was a kid that there was just this wild and free horse that eventually the conflict was that these kids liked the horse, but then the evil rancher grabbed the horse and tried to make the horse a part of the ranch.
Listen.
And then the horse broke free.
If you're going to make a movie about a horse, and this is just me personally, if your horse doesn't talk, I don't want to see it. So you could say, well, they made Seabiscuit.
Sure.
Make his ass talk.
Exactly.
And I would think about, I have zero, I don't know what it is about horses.
Said we get
But when
Toby
you make
Maguire.
them in a movie, don't care. Black bearded, so what? If the horse ain't talking, I don't care.
Wicca flicka flame.
All right. Your question, a plague is a group of what insect?
Locust?
There you go. Very good.
Well done. By the way, we were talking about Uranus not being used as a city name, but somebody here says Uranus equals Delano, California.
Equals what?
Delano, California.
Not Reno, Nevada. Game is Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola. Steve, sober, not sober.
Oh, definitely not sober.
All right, Steve. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll.
right.
One is named after you. You're the spokesperson. You're the face of the product.
I'm going to go with the lice comb because my daughter had that.
She has a lice comb or she had lice?
She had lice.
Now, was she patient zero, or did you get the message from school, hey, man, check your kids'
the
head?
school, had to take off work. Oh, yeah, bro.
Okay, let me ask you this, because Steve, I've never been through this. So you bring your kid home. She's got lice.
It's terrible.
Okay, do you comb her outside? I mean, I don't want to comb her in the
you
living
don't
room,
want
right?
that in your house.
Yeah, I mean, like, where do you go?
Oh, no, I took her to my mom. She's a hairdresser.
You take care of it.
Okay.
Oh,
well, I definitely know they have those clinics where you can go. And
What is it, lice? No one
Lice Are Us, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely, you got to bag everything up, all the stuffed animals. Yeah, they will come back.
Oh, yeah.
Me, I just shaved my head.
My sister had it when we were kids, and I still remember Mom having her head over the sink, just working every fiber
Steve,
of hair.
are you
last one?
They lay eggs in there too, man.
Exactly.
So these combs, you want to get all that. And how skeeved out are you? You know what I mean? Because you can't tell your kid like, yeah, you got cooties.
Now, Steve, do you have a receding hairline?
Yeah.
Did you already bick your head, or did you have a full head of hair?
Oh, no. Oh, I had a full, talking middle of my hair. Or middle of my back hair, and I just shaved it off. But
How did you look?
I look fabulous.
Okay. I just don't know. I've never shaved my head before all the way up.
Right,
so I
right.
just wondered, sometimes you're like, oh, man, I got a really weird shaped head.
Yeah, you don't know until you do it.
You don't? No.
No, and I'm actually clean cut right now, and I have my wife shave my head. Yeah.
How long after she's treated for lice are you still kind of feeling itchy? You know what I mean? Is it like another 3 or 4 days? Is it?
Oh, no, at least a week and a half.
Really? And then, are all the kids basically having to quarantine at home after the lice outbreak?
Yep, pretty much.
Damn. That is so weird.
Yeah, and
man.
my mom, she didn't shave my daughter's head. She just did her little hair dressing thing, and oddly enough, mayonnaise.
That's what I've heard. You can suffocate them with mayonnaise.
Sure.
Mayonnaise, some good-looking women in here. Mayonnaise.
It drowns them. They can't breathe, and they are a nasty, nasty little dirty critter.
They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is we've now named the lice comb after you, so your daughter can say she got her hair combed to the Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hey,
you got a good name, buddy.
I agree, 100%. All right, here's your question. Nelson Rockefeller served briefly as vice president under what administration?
Nelson Rockefeller. Roosevelt?
Briefly. So briefly, I'll say Nixon.
Right after that, Gerald Ford.
Nixon.
Okay. Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford, okay.
By the way, real quick, someone here is letting us know there used to be a TV series in the 50s and apparently a movie in the 40s called My Friend Flicka, which is about a boy and his horse.
Okay.
Oh, Flicka, that's a great movie. Yeah. I grew up on a farm. I knew that answer. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
What are you buzzed on there, Steve?
Oh, little beer and a little green.
Okay.
All right. Sounds about right. Perfect combo.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good combo. I'm home. I'm not driving.
Well, thank God.
Preferable,
yes.
That is good news.
Kind of how you do it.
Right. That's the preferred method.
Normally I sleep when I'm on the highway. But not today. I'm in my bed. I'm taking a nap.
Right.
All right, man, here's your question. What was the only South American country to send troops to fight in World War II?
World War II. South American country. That would be,
Once again, True Colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio.
I don't think they have an army.
Sucker.
The S Army.
That's right.
Please keep those words in mind when calling. Now back to the program.
All right, Steve, no brown words. No brown words.
Sorry.
We know, man.
South American country, I would say, I don't know this one, Guatemala.
Not Guatemala.
Not South America.
It's Central. He's close.
Any guesses?
I'll say I'll say Bolivia.
I originally said Colombia, but I'm going to go with the big one, say Brazil.
It was Brazil.
Brazil.
Mm-hmm. They were all hairless when they showed up, yeah.
Oh, clean.
Clean shaven, and they all knew MMA, yeah.
Hey, and good for the dump button on that one. Sorry about that.
No problem.
It's anytime you bring up South America.
I think he checked my work.
S-bombs fly. All right, the question. What C word?
Oh,
no,
come on.
wait. Get your mind out of the gutter already, man. Good Lord. What C word is the name for a two-hulled boat?
Could you repeat that, please?
Two-hull.
Yeah.
Hull.
What C word is the name for a two-hulled boat?
Catamaran.
There you go. There you go. Very good. Okay.
What C word? Oh, no.
Well, especially after that. We're going to throw that one.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Danny, sober, not sober?
I'm not sober. I'm sitting down at South Lake Union, hanging out in the sun.
Okay, good for you. All right, so what is named after you, Danny? Will it be hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
I just guess I'll go with the lice comb. There's so many kids that get that. It's not, it's not cool, but, it's not that uncommon.
No,
it's not.
And you're helping people.
Like I said, the only time I used one was when I had crabs.
All these are helping people.
Yeah. By the way, somebody here says lice eggs are called nits. And that's where we get the term nitpicky. And someone else says, let's see, my daughter had lice. My ex took her to the clinic. They called me, said I need to come in. I said, I'm bald. They asked if I had body hair. Well, yes, I do. They told me, lice don't know regions. Shave my entire body.
They do not care.
No, they really don't. Nope. All right, here is your question. In the song Zippity Doodah, what type of bird sits on Uncle Remus's shoulder?
Oh, I have not heard that whole song. I don't know. Let's call it a parakeet. I don't know.
Cockatoo?
Is it a bluebird?
It is a bluebird.
Zippity-doo-dah. Zippity-day.
Old school Disney dealt a lot in bluebirds. I feel like that was kind of the go-to.
That was their happy.
It was a Tweety bird.
I don't know if I've ever seen an actual bluebird in my life. Like, anytime I've seen a bluebird, it's animated and it's Disney.
I've seen blue jays.
I've seen blue jays, for sure. I've seen birds that are blue. I just don't know.
If they're
Is there
blue.
an official bluebird?
Yeah.
I believe,
yeah.
There's a bluebird, right?
They sing beautifully. That's
Apparently.
Yes. I wouldn't know. Only have crows and seagulls in my neighborhood.
Man,
God, are they nasty.
All right, there's a bluebird. All right, here is your question. If cattle are bovine, bears are ursine, what are sheep?
Pachyderm?
Pachyderm would be like an elephant.
Are they ovine?
Ovine.
The old ovine.
I like this comment that came in. Hola, you're making me itch. Yeah, well, that's what happens. Lice talk.
Yeah, my head itches and I'm bald.
I know. Check your beard. All right, your question. The Nuremberg trials took place after what war?
World War II.
Nice work, nice work.
Yeah, man.
More of Big Dummy on the way. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.
We're Judd and Black. For over 80 years, we've been your locally owned and family-operated appliance store. Shopping here is just different. You see, it starts with our appliance experts, who are experienced in jobs of all sizes. So if you're remodeling your kitchen and looking for luxury, or shopping for an entire apartment building and need durability, our team is trained to find the appliances you need at competitive prices. Judd and Black, your hometown appliance store. Online at juddblack.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, the podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Hey, Ron Jones, coming up on the program right after the game known as Big W, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Wes. Welcome to the men's room.
Heidi Klum in China.
Hola. Wes, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
Not sober, Wes. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our poll today. Wes, what is going to be named after you? You will be the spokesperson for the product. Hemorrhoid cream, adult diapers, enema kit, or a lice comb?
So I've already got the tagline for it, so I'm going to go with adult diapers.
Okay. With Wes,
Basically,
less
hey,
mess?
Yeah, like, hey, honey, Wes, get me a Wes. I made a mess.
When you make a mess, grab a Wes.
There you go.
You should grab one beforehand, though, before you make a mess.
It needs to be preventative.
Thrills got to do the voiceover.
Damn right I am. Already signed the contract and everything, brother.
Avoid the mess. Wear a Wes.
Yeah.
No one even knows I have one on.
Can't even tell I'm wearing a Wes.
New slim Wes.
And even if you slip on one, no one will see your mess when you wear a Wes. All right, here is your question. In 1994, Mariah Carey ruined everyone's life when she released what staple Christmas song?
Oh, God. Ted's going to kill me. Thank God he's on vacation.
Oh, we're going to let him know.
Oh, let him know. All I want for Christmas is you.
Okay, there you go. One and done.
I honestly, I could not have answered that question. I know she has a huge, I just never remember the name of it because I seriously hate it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just not a fan of Christmas music.
No, or Mariah Carey.
In general, so.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Julie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Julie, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober. I'm drinking my Bud Light.
Bud Light, Julie. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Julie, do you like Mad Dog?
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
How many times have you peed?
Oh, only one.
Okay.
I'm only on my third one.
Okay.
I just had rotator cuff surgery yesterday, so I'm sitting here bandaged up in a sling. And
Hey, be careful on that, man. That'll back you up. Mixture of alcohol and pain pills. That's the.
Yeah.
You won't poop for days. All right, Julie. What is named after you? Hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, enema kit, which you might need, or a lice comb?
I'm going to go hemorrhoid cream.
Hemorrhoid cream. All right. Slather on some Julie.
Slather on some Julie.
When your butt looks like a balloon knot.
Slap on some Julie. All right, here is your question. How many suspects are in the game of Clue?
5.
6. It is 6. Mike, can you name? There's Colonel Mustard.
There's Colonel Mustard. There's Mr. Green. There's Professor Plum. There's Miss Scarlet. There's Mrs. Peacock. No, Mrs. White and
there's somebody Peacock.
Mrs. Peacock. I think it's still Mrs. Peacock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, your question.
Loved that game.
What object is theorized to lie at the center of the Milky Way galaxy?
What theory?
What object? What object is theorized to be at the center of the Milky Way? And it's not nougat.
A giraffe.
Golden caramel.
Yeah, good enough. A black hole?
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Makes sense.
That's the Bud Light talking right there.
Huge hole.
Huge black hole.
Huge black hole. Seamus Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Cody. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Cody, sober, not sober?
Sober. Just got home.
All right, Cody, welcome to Big Dummy.
Thank you.
Cody, what is named after you? Hemorrhoid cream, an adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
Enema kit. Cody's colon cleaner. Come on.
There you go. I like it, man. It's got a nice ring to it.
Is your bug grody? Grab some Cody.
Flies off the shelf like your backside will.
All right, Cody. I asked this question to our very own Mike Hawk in the office today. I ask it to you now. What do you call someone from Djibouti?
Uranus.
Djibouti.
If you're from Djibouti... What,
Indian?
Nope. If you're from Djibouti, believe it or not, you're called Djibouti.
Where's Djibouti?
I'm sitting on it right now.
Yeah, where's Djibouti?
Is it Europe or Asia?
I thought it was India.
Or Africa. No, it's its own country.
Oh, Djibouti is its own country?
Yeah, Djibouti.
Holy cow.
Mike guessed whole, and then we agreed that there should open a Whole Foods in Djibouti.
Is it an island of Djibouti?
Djibouti Whole Foods.
Spell it.
DJ.
Oh.
DJIBUTI. Djibouti. You know the capital of Djibouti?
It's in Africa.
Okay, it's in Africa. You know the capital?
No.
Djibouti.
Oh, it is Djibouti.
It is. Capital of Djibouti is Djibouti. And if you're from Djibouti, they don't use a whole lot of words, I'm guessing.
Djibouti's right there on the water.
Yes. Get Djibouti on the water, yeah. Is it a big Djibouti? Or is it a teeny tiny Taylor Swift Djibouti? I mean, you're looking at the map. I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's small.
Okay. We'll call it the Taylor Swift.
It's a little Djibouti.
Itty bitty Djibouti. Look at that little Djibouti. Ain't that cute?
Little Djibouti.
All right. Here is your question.
Oh, God.
How many states border Vermont?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You were three.
That is New York State.
Yes.
New Hampshire.
Yes. Come on.
Massachusetts.
Yes. Mr. White has been, Ms. White has been replaced by Ms. Peach in the current game release of Cool.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, your question. Multiple choice. A group of hyenas is called what? A cackle, a giggle, a screech, or an audience?
Cackle.
Okay.
The cackle.
Nice job.
Cackle of hyenas.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
You're going to hate me for this. Hello, Eastwood. Welcome to the men's room.
Glory be to the men's room.
Hola. Eastwood, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober today, baby.
Get out of here. What is going on in the world? All right, Eastwood. One is named after you. Hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, and kid or lice comb.
See, I've had 2 of those, hemorrhoid cream and lice comb. Oh, hemorrhoid cream.
Hemorrhoid cream, sweet. You still pooping in a bucket in your living room?
No, I got healed, man. I went in and I had that sound waves, they put a stent in me and they blew my kidney stones out and it healed up, man. I'm strong as can be, man.
Thank God.
I'm just doing great here.
Good news.
And not pooping in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I was listening to White talk about them stents. He says when he had a string hanging out the end of his penis and he had to pull his old stent out and he said he hung it on his mirror to remind him about the pain that he went through. So
sure. I did not need to know that. All right.
I didn't know that.
Eastwood, here's your question.
Oh, God.
Which flavor can cats not taste? Or
what flavor can cats not
What
taste?
sensation? So there's salty, there's sweet, there's what? Umami, bitter, etc.
I'll say salty.
They love fish.
They like salt.
Yeah, they love fish.
Yeah.
Sour.
Sweet. They cannot taste sweet.
They can't taste sweet.
That is correct.
No kidding.
Well,
That's probably why cats don't eat your chocolate.
Every time I cook them, they taste sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Eastwood, you break it up.
Okay.
You should be.
Eastwood.
Yeah.
Eastwood, try to call us back, man.
Yeah.
I mean, your phone, it's absolute crap. I know your kidney stone's garbage, your phone's garbage. Mike, we're getting more questions about Djibouti.
Oh, indeed.
In your research, I want to know, is Djibouti flat?
It probably is on a plane.
Being that it's right there on the water, it does seem to be a little bit on the flatter side. So.
Well,
I'm going to guess Djibouti's flat.
Mountain-wise, Africa, as far as the size of the continent, does not have a large mountain range. I mean, it does have
It's a little bit
Kilimanjaro,
bigger.
but...
It is a little bit bigger on the edges, though.
Yeah, exactly.
A little wider on the edges.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Jerome. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Jerome, sober or not sober?
Sober, unfortunately.
That's all right, man. Jerome, what's going to be your product that's named after you? Hemorrhoid cream. Oh, put on a pair of Jeromes.
Yeah.
That way, when it foams,
grab a Jerome. All right, here is your question. Michael Stipe was the lead singer of what band?
Oh, I don't know.
No, guess the band.
I don't care. REM.
Yep.
And still is.
Are they still around? Or
Yeah. I mean, they're not active, but they're still banned.
All right, your question. What country was Marco Polo from?
Italy?
Damn.
Marco.
Mike, we have more questions. Are there flash floods in Djibouti?
No, because it runs down to the water.
Ah, yes.
It's a free-flowing Djibouti.
Marco Polo, by the way, great fried chicken was there last night.
Oh, I told you. On to question 10.
Hello, Will. Welcome to the men's room.
What's going on, homeboys?
You say they're not sober.
Still sober. Real quick trivia.
All right, Will.
You talked about the George Foreman grill.
Yeah.
You know who that was offered to it first? He turned down, said the worst business decision of his life.
Who turned it down?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I believe that.
Well, he got a cereal.
He said it was the worst business decision of his life, he said.
I can believe it.
Sure. There's millions of dollars. All right, Will, one is named after you. Will it be hemorrhoid cream, the adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
Well, I had this in school. We'll say a lice comb.
Lice comb it is.
All right. Would you try a ice cream cone?
I don't know. If you only had bread and ice cream, would you make an ice cream sandwich?
I like that question. I'm going to ask my kids that tonight. And then inevitably have to take them out for ice cream because I put it in their head.
Oh, my.
Right.
All right. Here is your question. What comic book character inspired the creation of electronic ankle monitors? Was it Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, or Iron Man?
Should say Spider-Man, but I'm going to say Iron Man.
Superman. Should have stuck with Spider-Man. Believe it or not, it's a 1977 comic. All right. His arch nemesis Kingpin put basically a tracker on Spider-Man's ankle. I guess law enforcement looked. No, actually, it was a judge. A judge saw this comic and said, "This is actually a good idea for the people that we're not going to quite keep in prison." Mm-hmm. Yeah, so believe it or not, that's what inspired the electronic ankle monitor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was never into the comics and the movies on that Marvel.
And then they made movies and everyone got into them anyway.
Right.
All right. Your question, multiple choice. 2, 4, 6, or 9. How many countries besides the United States use the U.S. dollar as their only form of currency?
2.
6. It is 6.
Wow.
British Virgin Islands.
Marshall Islands.
The Caribbean Netherlands. The Marshall Islands.
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. Palau.
Oh, PAL.
P-A-L-A-U.
Yeah.
How's it said?
Pow.
Pow. Pow. And Micronesia.
Pow, pow. Pow, pow, you Djibouti.
Huge.
All right. Your question. The blue whale is the largest animal on Earth. What type of whale is the second largest?
The killer whale?
Well,
I'll say it's either going to be humpback or sperm, right? I'll go.
Nope.
I'm going with the gray whale.
Gray whale. I'm going to go sperm.
Nope. The fin whale.
Fin whale.
Oh, yeah. Fin.
Not in 100 years I would have got that.
Like Huck Finn.
Yes, just like that. All right, your question. Laurel or Hardy? Which was born Arthur Jefferson?
Stan Hardy, so it had to be Laurel.
Stan Laurel, or was it Stan Hardy?
Stan Laurel, Oliver Hardy.
Oliver, yeah.
Oliver Hardy.
Stan Laurel.
Damn.
Oliver's Hardy.
I'm not doing good today.
5 questions.
Oh, crap, 5.
All right, here's your question. Cognac or rye mixed with absinthe creates what cocktail?
All the drinking I did in my day. Cognac I never did because I don't like wine. I don't know. Hot toddy is the only thing that comes to mind.
The blackout.
Oh,
Sazerac.
Yeah. Wine will make it. Yeah, wine will make you blackout.
All right, true or false question for you. In the state of Alabama, you can be asked to leave a public area if you continue to pass gas.
True.
False. You fart all you want, brother.
Some of these laws in some of these states, like,
I know they're so stupid.
They got one state has a law where you can't hang your pants down and your underwear showing. You get a ticket.
I think there are a few states like that now.
All right.
All right, let's see what we got here. All right. What was the $6 million man's real name?
Oh, he was married to Farrah Fawcett, so I'm going to say it's Lee Majors. Good night, guys.
Okay. Well, Steve Austin or Lee Majors.
Steve
Austin was real to you.
All right, by the way, so I looked this up. I just had to know. $6 million man, what's the $6 million man? What, 76, 77?
Mm-hmm. Then came the Bionic Woman.
Any guesses how much he would cost today?
Today?
Mm-hmm.
The $6 million man?
$1 billion.
If I'm not mistaken.
Much higher.
Oh.
Really? Much higher. They said for the $6 million man, based on what they said they did to this guy at the time, if you did it now, it'd be $28 billion. That's
a lot.
That is a ridiculous. Do you remember the Bionic Woman's name? Not the actress.
Well, it was Lindsay Wagner.
Right.
But I don't know her name.
And do you remember the bionic part of her? I believe she...
Huge.
It was her ear. Huh. I believe both of her legs, but her ear, like he had the eye. So she had the ear.
Okay.
And do you remember how she injured herself?
How she got to that point, I don't.
You don't remember this?
No.
All right, so Steve Austin, a man barely alive, he was an astronaut crashing a spaceship upon re-entry to Earth. She was in a parachuting accident.
I do remember.
And I believe, I guess the parachute didn't open or something like that.
Okay.
Hello, James. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. James, it's no fault of your own, but Dean's had Smith on vacation. I'm not even used to saying James.
James, sober, not sober.
We didn't know who it was.
Sadly sober.
That's all right, James.
Sadly sober.
Okay, our men's room poll, James. One is named after you. Will it be hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
Adult diapers. Pull up your jimmies.
Great idea.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Makes a whole lot of sense.
Right.
All right. Here is your question. If I can find it. Here we go. In what year was the first iPhone released?
2004.
I'll say 2002.
No, 2007.
07. You're right.
I'm trying to think what I had before that. Do you guys remember what you had before you had?
Oh, geez.
I think I had either a Samsung flip phone, maybe.
Moto Razor.
Yeah, the Razor was the big
Razor.
one.
I didn't have a Razor, but right, that was all the rage when iPhones
I just had a generic LG flip phone.
I think I just had like a Verizon phone.
Yeah.
I think
there was also Ericsson. That was one of the earlier cell phones.
And Nokia. That was massive.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Nokia.
Had a couple of those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here is your question. Who is Donald Duck's girlfriend?
Daisy Duck.
How did you know that? That's amazing.
What
Good stuff. More Big Dummy on the way. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Hey, Ron Jones coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right after the game knows Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
We go back to Eastwood. Eastwood, welcome back to the program.
Big Dummy!
Hola, bichola!
Hola! Eastwood, you're on question number 2. Before you dropped off.
Your location here.
There we go.
Go ahead.
All right, Eastwood, this is your question. Who popularized the turducken by offering one to the winner of the Thanksgiving NFL Day games?
Oh, why don't you steal me the fastest ball you can, man? Jim Plunkett and Kenny Stabler, man. That was John Madden, man.
All right, you know what?
All right, man.
If it was too easy for you, I'll tell you what we'll do.
Man.
I'm going to give you 5 true or false questions. We'll see if you can get the majority right. Does that work for you, Eastwood?
Hey, let's go for it, bro.
All right, true or false? In Massachusetts, if you get caught eating peanuts in church, you can go to jail for a year.
I'm saying false.
Oh, that one is true. I'm afraid that one is true. All right.
Oh, my God.
It is.
Okay.
True or false? It is illegal to drive blindfolded in Alabama.
That's got to be true.
Yes, that one is true. Question number 3. True or false? In New York, you could be fined for picking your nose in a public area.
That's an oddball one. Let's try true.
Oh, I'm afraid that one is false. All right, question number 4. Question number 4 for you, Eastwood. In Florida, it is illegal for a woman to use wet bra money to pay for any item.
You use what money?
Wet bra money. In other words, chicks coming from the beach, pulling the money out of their boob and paying for stuff.
I'm going illegal.
No. I'm afraid.
That's perfectly fine.
They will take your money. Money is money. All right, your fifth and final true or false question. The first thing ever purchased on the internet was a bag of weed.
Let's go with true.
Yes, that was true.
There we go.
There you go. The quick.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Bob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola! Bob, sober, not sober?
I'm sober, recovering from base canyon this last weekend.
Doing what cleaning?
Base canyon at the gorge.
Oh,
okay. All right, Bob, one is named after you. Hemorrhoid cream, adult diapers, enema kit, or a lice comb. What are you taking?
Let's go with Enema Bob.
Enema Bob.
The Enema Bob.
Okay.
You don't have to put it all the way in. Just get it close.
You need a Bob.
Our scrubbing bubbles do the trick. All right, here is your question. The Patsy Award is an award given in what field of acting? Child, CGI, animal, or claymation? The Patsy Award.
Let's go with CGI.
Any guesses?
Child.
Nope.
What were the other ones?
So now we're down to claymation and animal acting.
I'm going to say animal acting.
It is, in fact, animal acting. There is an award.
Thank you so much.
I mean, what do you get?
A Scooby snack.
My favorite tree. Yeah, I mean, you get like a Flicka. A Flicka won, you know, you're the best animal actor. Here's an apple. I mean, like, what? Is it an honor? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess so. All right, your question. What was explorer Ponce de Leon's first name?
Ponce.
I thought that was. I didn't think that was the first name.
Put on your Ponce. Ponce de Leon's first name was. I'll say.
Gerard.
What did you guess?
Gerald.
Ferdinand.
Giuseppe.
So close with Gerald. Gerald Ponce de Leon. No, it was Juan Ponce de Leon.
Juan Ponce de Leon. Juan Ponce de Leon.
Lester. All right, your question. Stephen, Ted, Michael, or Miles? What was U.S. President Grover Cleveland's real first name? Grover was his middle name.
Can you get the names again?
Anyone on the men's room? Steve, Mike, or Miles? Which one of those was U.S. President Grover Cleveland's real first name?
Oh, Mike.
I think it's Ted, isn't it?
Nope. He's a Steve.
Steve.
Oh, Stevie Cleveland. All right, let's stick with presidents here. Which U.S. president ended our involvement in the Vietnam War?
Nixon.
All right.
Very good, very good.
Well done, man.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
A lot of Steve's going on today. Hola.
Yeah, hola.
Hola.
Steve, sober, not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Steve, welcome to the program and Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. One is named after you. Will it be hemorrhoid cream, an adult diaper, enema kits, or a lice comb?
Well, recently getting out of the hospital, I know what Oxy does, so we're going enema cream.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Kit. Okay, well, that's leading in as far as the contestants go.
Apparently, what I'm learning today is that when it comes to enemas, the average person prefers it in cream form.
Mm-hmm. Well, it goes in softer that way.
Now with almond milk.
Oh, no.
All right. Your question. How many sides does a dodecagon have?
10.
Ah, so close. I believe that's a decagon.
12?
12 on the dodecagon.
Arr.
All right. So your question. What country gave us bulgogi, as in the cuisine?
Korea.
That is correct, sir.
Well done.
Yeah. Like it. Very much. Sometimes it's spicier than I think it's going to be.
What is bulgogi? I know the name.
Well, it can be pork or beef.
Is it the real thin kind of cut?
Yes, exactly. And then they put it in a spicy sauce.
Yes, I do like that. You're right.
It's
I also just like to say it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me get some of that bulgogi.
Pork bulgogi. Big Dummy is a game. 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Christopher. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up, guys?
Hola.
Christopher, are you sober or not sober?
I'm driving home from work.
Okay. So he's hammered. Christopher, what do you want named after you? Hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, intimate kit, or lice comb?
Man, hemorrhoid cream for sure.
Hey, man, people will be happy with you. Instant relief.
Right. Yeah. I put it on many a tattoo.
Oh, yeah. That is a good point.
That's the only thing you can get on the inside to put on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did not know that.
I didn't know so many people got tattoos there. All right. Here's your question. I'm probably going to say this wrong. Help me out, Mike.
I got you, man.
Because it's Scottish. Hogmanay. Hogmanay. Or do you know?
I'm not sure on that one.
Okay, well.
Hogmanay.
In Scotland, Hogmanay is what holiday?
Hominy.
Say that again.
In the country of Scotland, Hogmanay is what holiday? It's a holiday we celebrate here as well. But there, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Hogmanay.
That's not, man, I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to have to say some harvest festival.
Well,
it sounds like a bean, some kind of bean or something to me. So I'm saying some harvest festival.
I'm saying New Year's.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
New Year's Hogmanay.
Happy Hogmanay.
You got it, yeah.
It does sound like something that describes what goes on at Nathan's, you know.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Your question, what now defunct car manufacturer used the slogan, quote, "We build excitement"?
Not exciting enough.
Well, man, I'm going to have to go with Dodge. I mean...
Now they're defunct. Pontiac?
Pontiac.
I like Pontiac.
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
No,
Dodge, GMC. No. Okay, you're right. That's GMC.
All right. What A word is the legal term for a voluntary written statement made under oath?
Oh, man, affidavit?
There you go. Nice job.
Yeah,
nice job.
All right.
Big Dummy is a game. 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Justin, sober, not sober?
Not sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy, sir. Our men's room poll. One is named after you. Will it be hemorrhoid cream, adult diapers, enema kit, or a lice comb?
I put way more thought into this than I should have.
Oh, hang on.
Right out loud. Bedroom colors. Here are the 7 words you can't say
Of all
on
the places
radio.
for that to be, I would hope it'd be on toilet paper.
Yes.
Sucker, mother, and please keep those
If
words
he means
in
that
mind.
literally, she bought it used.
Now,
That's
back
right.
to the program.
I'm so sorry.
We got it, man. We understand. So she bought some cheap toilet paper.
And it was enchilada the night before. Wiped a little too hard. Ended up getting a hemorrhoid the size of a golf ball. So I'm going to go hemorrhoid cream.
All right. What did you had what enchiladas you said?
It was just homemade. We didn't buy the canned sauce again, I could tell you that much.
Damn.
Well, make her own now.
You gotta cook your chicken more, man.
That is a growing endorsement there. All right, here's your question. What do you call someone from Denmark?
Oh, man. So Finnish would be Finland.
Correct.
I got, I'm just going to sound stupid and say Denmarkian.
Dane or Danish?
Dane or Danish, correct.
I don't know when the holes are Danish.
I'm going to over a place called Whole Foods, but we're going to spell with an H.
All the food.
I only sell bagels, Swiss cheese, and donuts. If your food's got a hole, we sell it at this Whole Foods.
Sliced pepperoni? That looks like a hole.
It looks like a hole, but it's not a hole
in it.
It has to have a hole in it somewhere.
Like a pretzel technically has a hole in it.
I would accept pretzels. I would accept pretzels. All right.
Got a hole.
All right, your question. Typo is short for what two-word term?
Ooh. Typo.
Yeah.
Well, we all know it's a mistake. Typewriter?
Typographical error?
Correct.
Damn it. I wasn't going graphical, but I was going to say type error, but typographical.
Our very own Miles Montgomery alerted me to this one, but I'm going to give you a multiple choice question here. Aardvark, armadillo, beaver, or sloth? Which is the only mammal that cannot fart?
Ooh. Who would know the answer to that? Can you repeat the animals one more time?
Yeah, that is why I made it multiple choice. Aardvark, armadillo, beaver, or sloth?
I'm going to go with sloth.
You got it. You nailed it, brother.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Sloths can't fart?
No.
Their digestive system barely moves.
Right. So they don't fart. I definitely have experienced the beaver fart.
That's why they look so peaceful. Tiny bubbles.
Big dummy! from your hunting days.
Yeah, huge. My hunting days, that is correct. I was surprised when it happened. Yeah, but someone's asking me at my Whole Foods, will we have olives?
Well, depends.
Yeah, if there's no pimento in it, I would sell olives.
Black sliced?
Yeah. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores. No, sober, not sober.
I'm sober on my way home from work today.
All right, Joe. Welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll, one is named after you, Joe. Is it hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
I think adult diapers. Put it on your toes. You're ready for the day.
Okay, we're going to go with that then.
Oh, no.
All right. Multiple choice question for you. Oil, cars, electronics, or weapons? What is the U.S.'s biggest export?
Weapons.
Biggest export is oil.
Oil, that is correct.
Oh, God.
Keep some of it and lower the gas price.
You would think so.
You'd hope.
Not yet.
All right, your question. How many sides does a rhombus have?
A what?
Rhombus.
4.
There you go. Nice work. Going to do one more?
One more.
One more contestant on Big Day.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's familiar with my situation.
Familiar.
Yeah. Hello, Tommy. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Tommy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Tommy, sober, not sober?
Definitely sober today.
All right, welcome to Big Dummy.
Thanks.
Tommy, one is named after you. Hemorrhoid cream, adult diaper, enema kit, or a lice comb?
Definitely a lice comb. I got long hair, so I got to stick with that.
All right.
You ever had lice?
I have not. No.
You ever get crabs?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
Sure. So yes. Okay. All right. Here's your question: what company produced the Cabbage Patch Kids?
I'm gonna go with Hasbro.
All right, that was my guess as well.
Is it
Play school?
No, none of those. Believe it or not, freaking Coleco. Coleco was behind the Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah. All right, your question. What is the least used letter in the English language?
I am going to go with a Z.
Damn. Nice job.
Yeah, I guess X.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I was going to say Q.
Q. I was right there with you.
You're basically going which ones are worth 10 in Scrabble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where your mind goes.
Exactly. All right, Aaron Jones coming up in studio. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information. Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
What's up? It's your boy, the Fed Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, the podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9. KISW.
Hey, Ron Jones on the way, but
Tell
first
us
time
where we need to visit
for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
I'm going to jump into birthdays. Make this quick. Boo Bitches was wondering if you could give me and my little man Asher a birthday shout out. He is 7 today. Hit him up with a little kid sandwich, please. That from Carlos.
Sandwich.
Guys, hoping you'd wish my son Chasen happy 14th birthday. He listens to your show with his dad all the time. Maybe hearing you guys give him a shout out will make up for the fact that he had to spend his birthday sitting through high school orientation. Something he was not happy about. Also make his dad jealous as his birthday was earlier this month, but on a weekend. Anyway, could you throw him some green beans? And the captain saying crunch berries. Thanks, guys. You rock. That from Mom and Blayton.
Green beans. Green beans. Green beans.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. Captain stepping off the old SS Guppy to give you what you asked for. Crunch berries.
But tell us, today's my fiance Bob's 28th birthday. Love listening to your show. Hoping we can get a cut that bitch off. And his new favorite song, Green Beans. Which, come on, is there a better song in existence? Yep. Thanks, guys. For all the laughs, that from the lovely Ashley.
Cut that bitch off. Green beans. Green beans.
Yeah.
Green beans.
Okay.
Green beans.
Gentlemen, since I'm the one who listens to the show, figure out sending a birthday shout out today is my 37th trip around the Blue Puddle. How about some thrill shotgun gets, a little random Ray Lewis stuff, and the dirty German talking about my new job working with medical supplies and nurses. Ooh. Thank you guys. You make the commute on the 16 bearable. Get.
It's time to take off the leash.
Get.
Snap a picture of yourself.
Get.
St. Order has been disturbed.
Get.
Yeah, I understand you have this new job. Who cares about the medical supplies if you're messing around with nurses? You know they don't mind body fluids on them. Have sex with scrubs on. Semen, blood, fecal matter. It's all play a game.
Gentlemen, please wish my good friend Andrea happy 42nd birthday. She's a smoking hot Canadian Asian Italian that doesn't look a day over 24.
Yeah, from Canada.
Get the frick out of here. Get some slacks on. Get your hands out of your pants. Could you have some dirty German advice on what she should do with her good friend Josh on her special day, please?
Yeah, whatever you do, based on this email, do not throw Josh any booty.
Dang. Hey, gentlemen, looking to get a shout out for the best boss I've ever had, Jeremy. He's 43 today. He's been an awesome influence in my life in the past several years. Can I get, oh my God, what the F is that, bro? You like that? And the dirty German talking about pushing dirt. Thanks, and keep on rocking, guys. That from Tom.
Oh my God, what the f*** is that, bro?
Yeah, I appreciate anyone who's down with me pushing the dirt with my heavy load mover.
All right, guys, here we go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Jones in studio. Happy birthday to you, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Yeah.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I believe so. It was yesterday.
Nice.
Days ago.
Yeah, man. How'd get to spend it with the kids?
Yeah, I did. I got to spend it at home. I got to be with the kids. I got to be with the wife. I got to be with everybody, man. It was great.
How excited are the kids to see you when your ass has been away that long?
Super. My daughter just freaks out and melts and cries, and she just says how much she misses me.
Did she just run up to you as soon as she sees you?
Yeah, basically.
See, that's a good feeling, man, because I come home from work every day and they're like, hey.
You ever do the surprise attack visit on the kids? You know what I mean? We're like, don't tell them I'm coming. I just want to show up and see what happens. Or they always know.
They always know. Yeah, they usually always know. It's pretty like heard in advance that Dad's coming home, so it's kind of hard to sneak up on them, unless something like in the road happened where Dad sent me home early,
I'm sure they all have so many different things they need to show you.
Yeah, they always want to show me Fortnite is a big one.
Yeah, okay.
Fortnite. My daughter just wants to spend time with me, and she wants to show me the newest video about makeup.
About applying makeup and
about makeup and just watching people wear makeup.
I've been through that. The tutorials on the YouTube.
That's the thing. And then the two little ones are just happy to see me. They just like to crawl all over me. They're 3 and 11 months. So
yeah, that's a good feeling.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
How long have you been on the? You have an 11-month-old kid. Yeah. It seems like you've been gone for 13 months.
I have been. I've been gone for. I literally came back for 5 days when he was born last May.
Oh man!
Okay. Yeah, and so I was home for a little bit then a little bit right after Christmas, kind of on and off. Then from January on, though, I was pretty much gone on and off. I've been gone for about a year now straight. This is the marks of the year-long week that, or a year ago this week is when I went out on tour. So I've been on tour for a year.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a hot minute, man. And it's, so one thing we know to be true, the bigger you get, not so much the less control, but the less you are kind of aware of even what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? They just inundate you with, you got to be here, do this.
Yep.
When you hear something like, hey, man, you're going to open for the Stones. I mean, you have to say it. That's insane. I just remember seeing that, and I'm like, the goddamn Rolling Stones.
Right, yeah, it's crazy. So a lot of people don't know this either, but like the first time that we opened for them, that was the second time I opened for them in Paris, right? Mm-hmm. The first time we opened for them was in Detroit, and that was that was mind-boggling for us, as a crew and like my band and all that. But like the second time, he actually requested me by name,
Really?
Yeah, Mick and the guys requested me by name to open for them in Paris. So I think that time was probably a little more unbelievable, and there was way more people. I mean, Fort Field, Detroit, we're just coming back off. We're still in the pandemic.
Still a big venue.
Yeah, still big, still huge, but people were just reluctant to go out at that point. But like in Paris, after things had kind of settled a little bit, and we kind of got into a groove with the virus and all that, we had 50 to 70,000 people out there just to see if people, and they showed up to see us. It wasn't just like, they were like trickled in the open. I mean, that happened a little bit too.
Yeah, sure.
By the time we were done, it was like 70,000 people out there, and we could see a sea of people all the way back. It was crazy.
Do you have a system as far as just, this is my hotel room number, this is what time where am I? Like, if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you just have to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where in the hell am I?
I have a tour manager for all that.
You just ask, like, where am I?
Yeah, I don't, it's hard. Sometimes you'll forget where you came from. It's not so much I forget where I'm at the moment. I've never like looked down and be like, whoa, thank you, Cleveland, and in Detroit or something, but you kind of forget where you just were. Like, it's hard for me to sometimes remember what city I was in when a certain event happened.
Sure. So you got a handful of days, and then Wednesday you kick off Pain in the Grass with a pre-party.
Yeah.
At the Moore with the Pretty Reckless.
That's right.
And then from there, Pain in the Grass, and then you are gone again.
Gone again.
You are absolutely out. I mean, you are gone.
West Coast tour again. I think I might come back for a week or two. But I don't even think so. Really, I think West Coast tour, and then September. Got some on and off dates with a bunch of people, man. It's really hard for me to say, but I ended up going to Japan at the end of towards October or so, and I go back to Europe in November.
They put you on a bus, they fly you, they train you. It just depends on what country you're in and what's easiest mode of transportation.
Right now, for me, just having a small crew's best, and so we keep that kind of tight. And we're in a Sprinter van, 12-person Sprinter, and we have 6 people, so it's like a lot of room for us.
Okay, all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but we just like I'm on a plane, I'm on a train, I'm on an automobile, I'm on everything. I'm taking bikes, I've taken...
Do you get frequent flyer miles, man?
Yeah.
So you're Point City, aren't you?
Yeah, well, for one of the airlines I am. For the others, we don't always plug them in. But yeah, I got a lot of points this year.
Yeah, all right.
Is this bigger than playing Red Festival? A few years back, you played Red Festival.
Of course not. I love this team.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, is this kind of pale in comparison? Do you wish for the good old days?
Oh, man. Sometimes I think about those, man, because it was a different time. One thing I noticed from my indie career to to my major career is that like in the indie point you had control over everything. It was obviously it's like easier to manage and all that, but like you had more, your hands were in everything. Now it's like I have to have people that are managing things for me so that I know like what's happening.
What the hell is going on?
Right.
What about just with all this, and when you are on the stage and the same stage as the Stones, and you're traveling and you're doing all these shows. And I know you played with everybody from B.B. King to you name it, who's who. Have you met any famous people along the way where you're like, oh my God, this is a little weird?
I had a moment like that last year. It was last year, yeah, where I played this event called Love Rocks New York, and it was like. It was everybody, man. It was like Robert Randolph from the Family Band was there. Gary Clark Jr. was there. Bill Murray shows up.
Okay, there you go.
Like halfway through, right?
What's he like?
Oh, he's just a chill dude. I don't know, man. He's just Bill Murray. I don't know if
all the time.
He doesn't turn it off. Like he's always Bill Murray, And so like halfway to the party, he's a little sauced, and I'm like, "What's up, Bill? Hey, how's it going? Hey, he's going real good. What's this over here? Hey, how are you, man?" And,
I have stories of like Bill Murray walking up to a table at a restaurant, a family, and just taking one of their fries and going like,
dude.
What are you going to say? It's Bill Murray.
Because they said no one's going to believe it.
He doesn't have an agent. He doesn't have an agent or manager. He has an answering machine.
And he just returns calls on rolls and everything else.
Yeah, that's all he does, man. So you don't know when he's coming, when he's not coming to something, but he'll when he pops up, he'll let you know. He's coming through.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Have you had any experiences yet? Because like you said, there's so many people handling so many different things for you, where you kind of look down the itinerary or they spring something on you, and you just think, oh my God, that's the last thing I want to do. So like in radio, the last thing we want to do is like go to the grand opening of a grocery store on a Saturday. You're just like, oh my God, man. Please. So if you had any of those moments, you're like, please, dude, I really, really don't want to do this.
I think I just have them all the time, and because my schedule, things happen and pop up all the time for me that I don't want to do. But like I got here doing a lot of stuff I didn't want to do too, So it's hard. But I have them all the time, man. I was like, for instance, this year I was stuck in like. Where was I, man? I wanted to stay in Philadelphia, but like it was going to be pricier than staying where we were. We were in like Grants Pass, Pennsylvania.
Oh, lovely.
On the 4th of July, and like after the event, so the day after, so it's like we had played a show. I opened for Bush out in Pennsylvania. And,
their new single's great.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah. Man. They're so awesome. Gavin's a really cool dude, man. But like so we're out in Pennsylvania, and I just lost it because I was like, I'm here out in Pennsylvania in the middle of nowhere. There's no one here, nothing happening.
Right.
I'm like waiting for money to come in. Like I'm just like, I'm losing my mind. I just don't want to be here. I want to be waiting here.
Most people in Pennsylvania.
I would say if you go to Pennsylvania, that's just how it is.
Right. Usually, I feel you on that, man. Philly was cool. Philly wasn't too far away, but like it was just. I was like, the smarter thing to do would be to stay in this like cheap hotel in the middle of nowhere rather than go to Philly. But I was dying at that point.
Aaron Jones playing Wednesday night at the Moore Theater, kickoff to Pain in the Grass in the 3-day weekend. And of course, you're playing on Saturday. What I don't know if what did you get a chance to watch on the road? But speaking of Gavin Rossdale, just got done watching that Woodstock '99.
Yeah,
festival.
I saw that.
And Gavin and Bush closed Friday night, and they had to kind of calm the crowd down.
Yep.
Because before that was I think Fred Durst or whatever the deal was. But
crazy.
Yeah, it was just the place went nuts. What is it like standing up on stage and you know what that view looks like? You know those festival crowds.
Yeah.
Is it you want them to go off, but at the same point in time. You don't want anybody to get hurt. You don't want anybody to rush the stage, whatever. And you guys bring that energy where I feel like, you know what I mean? It just, the build on it is so intense. Is it crazy to see people just kind of get absolutely nuts?
If it goes down like that, it is crazy. It gets a little unnerving. There's way more of them than you, and like there's not enough staff ever around to stop anything from going crazy. So these events can turn really quick, like the Travis Scott festival. Like it can turn really fast, man. So, but typically, man, I'd say 99% of the time, especially with the rock crowds, it's all peaceful, man. I mean, it's usually peaceful unless people get a little too boozed up or like too high on something. I've had some stuff like that happen where like. A dude got a little too sauced. Like his homie was like, there were two dudes, and his friend was like really like I was kind of weird, just like acting goofy, but just kind of, everybody was kind of just pissed. Like they were just like ruining everybody's time. And I stopped, I was about to start a song, I stopped, and I go, dude, you right there, man, you, Anderson .Paak, because it looked like Anderson .Paak with a bucket hat on. Because he had these like round glasses on. He took his glasses off. He looked up at me, and they were like split, like going to each side, right? And I was like, oh my God, you're high as hell. It's okay, man.
Calm down.
You're okay. But then his buddy was like, I wasn't really mad at him. I'm like, you're okay. Obviously, you're out of your mind. But the other dude was just like being such a d-bag, dude. And eventually, I was like, he was like, you're fake, Aaron Jones. I go, I'm fake. Why don't you come here and tell me to my face? he like tries to come with security, like snatches him up. And I'm like, he thinks I'm fake. So I go into Voodoo Child, like, you know.
That's why people need to take psychedelics and just learn to just kind of get their center back,
Just
a little bit.
Don't you feel a little bit better knowing you have security around? I remember somebody was messing around. It was a KISS concert, right? So the band, and this is like fairly recently. So these guys are in their 70s now. And they kind of stop, and Paul Stanley says what he's got to say, calm down. But I just remember Gene Simmons like folding his arms. I'm like, this 72-year-old man is staring down 18,000 people like he's going to do something.
Right.
But I'm like, but yeah, when you hear that 6'8" cat, like,
oh, yeah.
Say something, bitch.
That dude will. Just don't, overall rule, man. Just like, don't, go to shows and just try to have a good time without ruining everybody else's time, man.
Okay, so here's something about Aaron Jones. We cover all kinds of topics, on the show, just as far as hidden talents and things, and whatever the deal is, whatever the topic is for the day.
That's a hard-hitting show.
Here's a quote from Aaron Jones. I got into Frisbee when I was about 13 years old. Between the age of 17 and 23, I was one of the best players in the world. Ended up playing for the USA Under-19 team in 2004. Then I won a national championship in 2007.
Yeah.
I went back and played in the World Championships in 2008, where I won a bronze medal with Team USA.
What exactly is Frisbee golf?
Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah, Ultimate Frisbee. It's a 7-on-7 sport, man. Played on like this 125-yard field, 40 yards across with like, I think they changed the length of the end zones, like 25-yard end zones each, basically. And the goal is to score a goal by throwing the disc to your teammate in the end zone.
Right, okay.
Without running with the disc in your hand. So you can't run the disc.
So you can run, and then if you catch it, you have to stop.
Stop.
And can you throw it behind you? Or
you can throw it anywhere.
Okay, so you can't go any direction.
You ever see anybody like out on the side, peripheral, or anything, like in the back of the field? You know what I mean? And they're throwing a Frisbee and think to yourself, man, I could just stop right now and jack one right in the pocket.
I do.
It's almost like you should have a couple back there.
Sometimes I do. I carry one on the road, man. I do. I felt like more alive, I think, as a kid than playing Frisbee. That was like my thing.
How did you get into that? Was there a bunch of kids in the neighborhood?
No, we live in weed smoking Seattle, dog. How do you think I got into it?
So you're a champion hacky sacker then?
Absolutely. I'm pretty decent at hacky sack too. No, yeah, I literally went to a camp and like this guy was like, oh, I play Frisbee, and then he was like teaching all these kids, and so I came home and like I looked it up, and the internet was still pretty new, but it was like we still had like some resources, so I looked it up, and I found out this is like a big spot for that, man. So I really got into it in middle school, and which we have a huge youth program here in Seattle. And then come high school, I'd been playing so many sports, man. I dabbled in football and wrestling, and like I continually played Frisbee. I was in incredible shape, and by the time I was a senior in high school, I was running a 5-minute and 50-second mile time. Damn, at a 40-inch vertical leap. I was like, damn, I was fast, man. I was fast, and I could run for a really, really long time. And so that kind of helped me get along to try out for Team USA as a kid, because I had two tryouts, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. I tried on the West Coast, along with actually a band called 303. There's a dude named Sean Sugar Foreman who was on that team too.
Okay, well he's one of the best in the world, isn't he?
Yeah,
yeah. Because he's like the big name, Sean Foreman.
Sean Foreman, yeah, he's like big dude from 303, man. So, but anyways, that's how it all started for me, man. I got into it, and in 2004, we ended up going to Finland and won the World Championship as an under-19 team. And then 2007, I came back to Seattle. I'd left for about a year, then I came back to Seattle, and then I joined this mixed team called Shazam, which is like mixed gender team, and then we went to the World Championship. We won the Nationals and went to World Championships in 2000.
I mean, to be that age and to be on that level of
somebody else to know. Do you also play Frisbee golf?
A little bit. I play a little bit. I'm not as good at that. I was in Baltimore with a station, and we recently did some Frisbee golf stuff, and that's like a
Frisbee golf is huge in Baltimore. That's my hometown, man.
Yeah, man. And we had a good time, but it wasn't. It's not the same thing, man.
Right.
That's like
it's lazy man.
It's a weed smoker sport.
No, I was going to say you could be actively high.
Oh yeah,
and play that sport.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
More theater Wednesday night. You've been gone for a while. A lot of people have missed you. You have a lot of friends in the area. You have a lot of family in the area.
Yeah.
How many comp tickets for the Moore Theater have you had to ask for?
Sheesh, man. I haven't even begun to talk about that yet. But
it's going to be 100.
It's no. I'm not going to get 100 comp tickets. That's really, because I'm still opening, right? So I'm still opening for like the Pretty Reckless, right? So I'm like, they're probably going to get the majority of whatever comp's going to be, but like. Usually, if I'm playing local shows, I try to keep it to close family and friends, like inner circle people.
Right.
You know, and I love everybody. I'd love to get everybody on. I really would do.
But it's like telling people you won the lottery.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. And like when I come back and do a headlining show, it'll probably be a little more. But we'll see.
and being on your label, John Varvatos is still hooking you up with clothes.
Yeah, he is.
Jesus.
Yeah.
See, that's what pisses me off. You have all the success you want. I want his clothes, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Like every time I go to Vegas, they have a shop down there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And every time I walk in that shop, I'm like, hold on, man. I got to call my wife because she can be real mad when I drop this cash on the car.
$2,000 for a job.
That actually is exactly what I did once.
Yeah. I know.
All right, so we need to take a break, but we get to debut the brand new one from Aaron. Filthy. New album coming out?
Yeah, coming out next year probably, yeah.
Okay, but the single we got now.
Yep.
We're going to take a break, come back, and give you some new Aaron Jones right after these.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up in minutes, we'll drink and toast for the shot of the day. We do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a new study found that 1 in 6 people have severely problematic news addiction.
Well, yeah.
Right.
It's definitely a problem for us in here.
Yeah.
We come back on Monday, we're like, oh my God, 2 days.
Thank God we're back
We
to
do
it.
not have to read the news for 2 days.
The problem is we're not addicts. It's more like we're force-fed.
Right.
Yeah, we have to.
Like,
we wouldn't read near as much news if we didn't absolutely
If
have
I go on vacation, I'm a week out, and I just need a mental reset.
And no matter
That's
what,
it.
if you look at the news, everything's on fire. Like, doggone it, man. Walk away from it all.
The top story's not good.
No, it's not.
Never.
No, it's never good.
Rarely.
Never. Show me a good top story. Doggone it. A new dad asked his parents if he could, move back home on weekdays so he could focus on sleep and work away from the kid.
No.
He's a brand new father, and he's asked his parents if he could move back in.
First of all, don't ask your parents because your parents are like, we know what you're going through
because we did it for you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard. That's called being a parent. Shut up.
Yeah, you're going to be tired. So what?
Right.
You get used to it.
Yeah, but you know what? It's an enjoyable tired. You're exhausted, but you feel like you're doing something right for the first time maybe in your life.
Well, that's why you're exhausted, because you know you can't not do this stuff.
Right. Yeah. A 36-year-old man in Spain stole a Mazda and drove it down the stairs of a bus station. And it got stuck.
Do you think that was his getaway plan? I'll steal the car and then drive to the train station and jump on that.
This guy's played too much Grand Theft Auto or something where you can actually get away from the cops by driving down the stairs and then eventually just up the stairs somewhere else.
Yeah,
No.
I looked at the picture. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen?
Right. Not physics.
It stopped exactly where I would expect that car to stop if you're driving downstairs.
There's a website that'll pay somebody $1,000 to taste test every Trader Joe's pumpkin spice product.
I would rather just be able to eat Trader Joe's and pick out what I want.
I like Trader Joe's stuff.
I don't need the pumpkin
No, I
spice.
do too. But I'd be like, look, how about you pay me $1,000 or just give me your chocolate covered pretzels?
And how about I say like that's too many pumpkin spice products?
Yeah,
I know they'll sell them all, but
they will. I'll still try them.
Overkill. Don't burn it out.
If it's Trader Joe's, I'll give it a go. Someone on Reddit asked people to name things that used to be great but suck now.
I mean,
so basically things that were better back in the day.
Right.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Well, while you're mulling it over.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
The top things young people say were better back in the day. Back in the day, I didn't have this constant pain in my ass because young people weren't born yet.
He's a little grouchy about it.
Doesn't everybody hope that he's their neighbor?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, neighbor. Oh, you still live there.
I'm really trying to think on this one.
Things that aren't as good as they used to be.
Well,
one of which being, for me, it was the Twinkie.
Oh, you mean as far as just what you remember being good then?
Exactly.
Compared to now? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that.
Oh, Twinkies for sure.
One thing that they put on here is flying. They say the seats are smaller.
Without question.
The food is worse. The fees are higher. The passengers are unpredictable.
Food was a part of your ticket price.
You also
you got a meal.
You also got a deck of cards.
Right.
And if you're a kid, you got wings.
You got wings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you were a child flying alone, like I did when I'd fly down to see my dad, they would give you a tour of the cockpit. Like, come on up here, Timmy.
Right.
Yeah, I remember all this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, seats were wider.
And they put a really, really attractive stewardess in charge of you. Are you okay? Like, I'm doing great.
I'm okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm just so happy to be in a plane. This is so cool.
Right.
It's such a, maybe once a year experience for me. It was special.
Exactly. It was. Not anymore. No, we're going to cramp, twice as many people in there.
Sit down. Shut up.
Yeah.
You have to pay for your bags. You have to pay for anything that you're going to eat on there that isn't a handful of crackers.
Yeah. But a lot of it, too, is the people you fly with.
Yeah.
I mean, the last couple of flights I've had have been fine, and the people have been fine. But, part of you goes, come on, people, get it together. The other end of that is, if you're old enough to remember flying before now, I understand where the bitterness comes from.
Sure.
They treated them back in the days, more like, hey, we're going to act like you're in a Cadillac, right?
Exactly.
Like you're stuck on a plane. We're not going to get there any faster, but you're just treated so much better. And now it's just like, get that. There's a Greyhound bus with wings.
That's one of the reasons why, it's a commodity now. But it used to be something that you could pick based on what airline you like to fly.
Exactly.
Or it obviously depends on do they fly into that destination or not. But anytime you could find Virgin flying on the West Coast, you had that choice. There wasn't any doubt that that's where you're going to spend your money.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're all homogenous to the fact that, you don't really have that opportunity to do that. It's this or that. Mm-hmm. Where then I was like, I'm definitively taking this airline and paying more money because I get treated better on this airline.
The one good thing that came out of new developments is now everybody can watch their own movie. They don't all have to watch the same movie. That's
there's something to that.
There you go. Number 6, buying your first home. It says it used to be fun and exciting. Now everything's outside your budget and you're competing with 20 other people.
Fair.
Well, yeah.
And it was affordable.
Yeah. There's another thing. It was affordable. Number 5, thrift stores. It says they got trendy, so everything's picked through and overpriced.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you understand why that happens, though.
It's a thrift store.
I mean, the thrift store, generally, you were broke, that's where you went, because I used to go there a lot early in my 20s, man. It's the only way I could afford anything. But I go there now, the exact point they're making, because my wife, she reupholsters furniture, but you go there, and there's a lot of old grandma estates, but solid. They're ugly as hell, but the construction of them is superb.
Well, even if you go to Goodwill, all right?
Yeah.
There's a line around the corner every single day. They're putting stuff on the shelves every day.
Yeah.
What? You didn't miss it. It's just, there's new stuff out there all the time. Just go.
Right.
He's like, they picked all the good stuff. No, it comes in all the time.
Exactly, man. It's a constant flow there.
Here's one. I did not know this. I don't remember this. Somebody says Trix cereal. And they said because Trix used to have shapes, now they're just the round ball.
Yeah.
What shape was it before? I'm old enough where I should certainly remember.
I can probably search it for you here in a second. But they actually, the banana was actually a banana shape. They had one that I remember I think it was watermelon. It had a little red center and then it had green dots all the way around it. They did have their own distinct little shapes.
All
now it's just a
here's
puff
another
cereal.
one I like. Going to the mall.
Going to the mall. That was
when I was young, go to the food court, get something to eat, go to the arcade. Definitely check out a movie.
Yeah.
There's a whole day experience that you can enjoy.
I mean, but if I'm that age, if I'm 14 or 15, I think I'd still enjoy the mall. Where I do feel like the kids don't get what we got is the arcade. And I know you can play video games at home, but the point of going to the mall was to not be around parents.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And still be with friends,
Things that were better back in the day. Number 4 being Facebook. Says for a few years it was about reconnecting with friends. Now it's just photos of your friends' kids and people arguing about politics. Social media in general soured.
Right. I mean, that's just where
people switched over to Facebook because it was a little bit cleaner than MySpace was. And then basically as soon as every company and news organization and media group
kind of follow you,
jumped onto Facebook, it just became, I can't scroll through my Facebook anymore without getting some sort of news story, news article, ad.
But that's one of those things where I go, look, you can't blame Facebook or Twitter.
Not at all.
It's like when people say, Detroit's a horrible place. Well, Detroit's fine. A lot of the people there. Right. Kind of the same thing with social media. There's nothing inherently wrong with social media. But if you only choose to read and or spout vitriol, then that's right. It's going to be a crappy place.
Facebook is kind of like a garden. It can be a great place. It can be an absolute nightmare. It all depends on the work that you put in, making sure that you know what's in there. I have deleted a handful of people out of there just because it was depressing the living hell out of me, man.
Like somebody here says, we can't see the Trix shapes because we're adults.
Oh, that's
only
right.
the kids can see.
Oh, no. Number 3, online recipes. Food bloggers have to worry about SEO stuff now, so you always have to scroll to the bottom of a long story to find the actual recipe and ingredients. And I understand entirely what they're thinking. You click on something, I want to make enchiladas. Okay, so you go onto Google and you say cheese enchiladas, whatever. You'll find a recipe and you'll scroll down. I found this recipe to really have found me in a time after my husband had passed away. This really was my comfort food. And okay,
just give me the recipe.
How the hell do I make the damn thing?
It's called Mary's frickin' meatballs.
There you go.
Just give me the damn recipe.
Freaking A, man.
I don't give the backstory.
No.
Maybe
like
she walked 1,000 miles to slaughter a cow to grind the beef on it. I don't care.
Can you imagine
It's
going
like
to a
if
restaurant?
Jess wrote a cookbook. What are all of these extra words? I just want the freaking recipe.
Can you imagine going to a restaurant and saying, I'll have the cheeseburger? You know, I found this recipe when I was on
Right.
tour in Connecticut.
No, it was in Hamburg, Germany.
Hamburg, Germany. See there? That's Number 2, YouTube. The big complaint, everything has ads. Some even play in the middle of videos now. And honestly, maybe it's because I grew up at a time where television wasn't even DVRable at that point. If there was commercials, that's what they were. They were commercials. Right. You expected that. They designed shows to stop and have a cliffhanger at the commercial.
Right. It's just part of the price of admission.
Exactly.
If you go to a movie, you know what they're going to show you at the beginning? Why don't they just show the movie at 7:30?
Previews.
They're going to show you 15 to 20 minutes of previews.
But the complaint is, why was it better?
Right.
It didn't have ads. That's all they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone understands why they're there, but they're like, we liked it a hell of a lot more when they didn't.
And let me tell you this, folks. If you don't like the ads, YouTube is still free.
I know, that's one thing. Like, it's more annoying when you get ads on like cable because you have to pay for cable.
Exactly.
Or on your stream, and that's why they
you
offer
also have to
different
pay for your
tiers of
internet
streaming.
service.
Right.
Either way, you get
like, man,
broadcast TV, you go like, I get it. And the only way you're making money is to show commercials.
That's why we make all our money off monthly subscriptions.
That we do.
Sure.
We are just rolling in the bank. We have tens of monthly subscribers.
So much money.
But this is without a doubt the number one thing that was absolutely better way back in the day. Still on the internet sites, though. Dating sites. Says most of them moved to the swipe right model, and they're even more focused on pictures now, so it's tough unless you're gorgeous. The thing is online dating was difficult in the beginning just because you did have to make yourself attractive yet transparent in a succinct way.
But that's where but I would imagine, I've never been on an online dating website, so I don't know, but I would assume that something like Match.com or the big advertisers on TV are still the same. There's just more dating websites where you do the swipe, right?
Right. And I wouldn't be shocked if those higher dollar sites still had a swipe option to them.
I'm saying, I think there are dating websites like Match.com, and then there's the hookup websites.
Correct.
That call themselves right where you're swiping. Correct. Like they understand.
But you're going to have to pay for the dating site. Sorry, guys.
Right.
You're going to have to pay for the dating site. You want a hookup site? Sure. They'll run you through that gamut all day. But there's a flight supposed to be headed for Denver from Newark that was forced to refuel, but the rest of the story will have your head shaking.
No, it's horrifying.
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant online for Profile This at 206-421-ROCK.
What's up? It's your boy, the Fed Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, the podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Already made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk. And Steve at Thrillhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. By the way, somebody checked in. It says, I'm in my 60s. Trix was always around when I was a kid, but I'm looking at the picture now, and it does bring back a few memories of it. So they have like banana shapes.
Was that the original?
I don't know. But I kind of.
It was around in my childhood. That is literally the cereal that I do remember.
Right. Okay.
Not me. We had the rings.
Boy, that looks.
We just had rings. Yeah.
Terrible for children. I'm just looking at it like, oh my God. All right, today we toast the San Luis Obispo PD of San Luis Obispo, California. Now, kind of a scary situation from earlier this month. They received a mysterious 911 call, but then the call went dead before they got any details. So a lot of times that obviously is a red flag. Well, after losing the connection, they investigated the source. They managed to track it down to a cell phone at the zoo there. But upon arrival, there were no obvious signs of an emergency, and none of the zookeepers owned up to being the caller. But eventually, what they figured out is that a child had stolen an employee's cell phone and made the call. So they found the kid, and the kid ended up avoiding getting into any legal trouble at all, only because the kid's a monkey.
Oh, no!
Yeah, they have a 10-month-old monkey. Apparently, it swiped one of the phones out of a golf cart or something.
That funky monkey.
Yeah. And like, I think if you rest on whatever button too long, it just automatically dials 911.
Sure.
Right? Then the phone goes dead. So, yeah, the cops are freaking out. They can't figure it out, searching for it, and finally they're like, oh, it's a monkey.
Yay.
We got to teach them to use phones better. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Thrillhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Justin, you understand how this here game is played?
Sure do, Thrill.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. The Wonderful World of Drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
We'll go with Mike's choice.
Oh, there we go. All right, nice.
Mike is all about those drugs.
Yeah, dealer's choice, man.
Normally, I thought it'd be butt stuff.
I'm so all about the drugs.
Yes, well known for that. All right. A mom whose child was inside of the daycare said that this could have been so much worse since all the kids were outside just 5 minutes earlier. Basically, a neighbor caught the scene moments after an Audi crashed into the daycare's fence and then nearly backed up into police cruisers. The kids had been out there at recess only a few minutes before this jackass drove his Audi into it. Police say that Jacob Belker, he was high on drugs and was behind the wheel as police were chasing him. And they were chasing him because his girlfriend had called 911. We don't know why the girlfriend called 911, but it turns out she made the right decision. Before crashing into the daycare fence, police said the Belker drove through multiple yards. So people that live in the neighborhood, this guy's driving through the yards. No one was hurt, but authorities said, obviously, it could have been so much worse. Spokesman for the daycare just said they're grateful no one was hurt. And according to court records, this guy's been charged with DUI in the past. So what do you think this guy was high on? The man who drove through yards and crashed into a daycare. Was he high on Molly? Was he high on mushrooms? Was he high on Xanax? Or was he high on crack? So Molly, mushrooms, Xanax, or crack?
Man, just because of the Audi, I'm taking Xannies.
Wait,
you say, Justin, did you say Xannies?
Yeah.
Just based on the fact that he's driving an Audi?
Mike?
Yep.
Molly's talking to me on this one.
Molly? Mike and Molly. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going crack.
Great
Because
show,
crack
by
is
the way.
whack.
Fantastic show.
We're going to find out what this guy was on. Was it Molly, mushrooms, Xanax, or crack next?
That was a tease.
The airmen who make up Air Force Special Warfare are the most specialized warriors on the planet. They are the ones other special forces look to when the mission calls for their unique skills and fearless commitment. A job for the mentally tough and physically strong. These elite heroes will go where others won't because they are trained to do what others can't. With 4 distinctive career fields deploying from air, sea, or land, deep behind enemy lines to bring air power to the heart of the battle. Find your calling and join the fight at airforce.com/special warfare.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
I got some kids in daycare out on the playground. A car went through, I guess, a couple of fences next door.
He was driving through people's yards.
The guy was drunk. Oh, and he was high. The question was, and unfortunately, no kids were hurt. Was it Molly, mushrooms, Xanax, or crack?
And Justin, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let's start with Mike Hawk.
Ah, doggone it, I suck at this game.
You said Molly was speaking to you. I assume that you were high, because that's not the answer to this. Miles, you went with crack because crack is whack.
Crack is whack. No!
And Justin, you said Xanax right off the back as you said the guy's driving an Audi.
Damn straight.
Jeez Whiz.
You nailed that, brother.
Wow. Great detective work there, brother.
Just an Audi? Yeah, Xanax.
I was thinking about a belly button. Right. Yeah, right. Now for all TV news all the time for TV Time with T.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Gentlemen, what is the biggest question that has plagued sports, especially the football world, over the past 3 weeks? You're darn right. It's been where in the hell has Tom Brady been?
Oh.
Nobody
I've
has
heard rumors.
Nobody
I was like, why doesn't Drew Lock get reps with the first team?
Okay, he's been getting reps with the first team.
No, he hasn't.
He's splitting it with Gino right now. They're doing really good there in practice. Gino's going to get the nod for tomorrow because the Seahawks do have their final game tomorrow night in Dallas. And Gino's going to get the first go at it. He's starting that game, and then they said that Drew's going to get a lot. That tells me that Gino is getting one series, maybe two, and then they're going to switch it over to Gino, and Gino's going to...
Sure.
Sorry,
but it's Drew.
Reverse that. Gino's going to get the first couple series. Drew's going to get the rest of the game to hopefully plead his case as far as the starting quarterback goes. To be honest with you, Miles, the quarterback situation in Seattle is not good. We don't know what it is yet. We have no idea. There's a lot of teams that are kind of finalizing who their quarterback is. We don't know who ours is right now.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
Which
the Ravens haven't signed their quarterback.
That's a fact. And you know what?
we still have Huntley.
I respect.
So thank you, Utah.
I respect Pete's answer because, there's that pressure. You go over to Pittsburgh. You go over to Carolina. You come here to Seattle. Who's your starting quarterback going to be? You guys lost the big guy. Who's your quarterback going to be? Pete basically said there's no timeline on this thing until the actual... There is a timeline, like, what, the day before the game of the first game of the season actually happens that I have to announce. So... I'm going to let this thing go to the wire. We're going to figure out who in the world's actually going to start leading this team. Like he's kind of brushing the PR and the media aspect of it aside. Let's see what these guys actually do out there, and let's put the best guy forward. So I respect that aspect of it.
Either way, you'll be disappointed.
Not what does this guy do good? Right. We should change the offense to work with him.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, Tom Brady. Missing from Tampa Bay. Nobody has any idea where he's at. Yeah. They don't know if he's going to start in Tampa Bay this year just because he hasn't been there for any of the preseason games.
Yeah,
they have no idea. Case. Like, people are getting worried down there. However, people have issued a theory, and TMZ is not helping, and neither is ABC. So here's the thing. Tom Brady is denying that he left the Bucs camp to be a contestant on the newest season of The Masked Singer, which is the big theory that's going around there, that he is in Hollywood. He's singing. I don't know what he's singing out there, but he's dressed in all weird, and he is official contestant on the Masked Singer.
Is he?
The thing,
That's the theory.
Here's the thing.
He says he's not, but if you were, you still can't say
you signed an NDA.
Exactly.
Right. So you can't do anything.
You can't say a thing.
Also, he might have done this when he retired. And unlike Gronk and Antonio Bryant and all these guys that appeared on the show, they throw you a ton of money, right?
Oh, you bet.
But they threw him more, probably. Right?
You bet.
It's Tom Brady.
Think about the fact that what he was offered as far as being a broadcaster.
I remember that.
No one's making that right now.
Right.
So he got so much more. He signs it. He still has to do it.
Exactly.
He's like, guys, I'll come back, but I'm taking this money.
Right.
Because you know why? I want to do this.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
I'm Tom Brady.
He wants to see what he wants to go do.
Who cares?
And you're right. And honestly, have you guys ever watched the show Masked Singer?
I've seen like 2 episodes. I just personally cannot take it. The kids love it.
Fair enough. I've seen about 2 seasons of it. I think I took the first 2 seasons all the way to the end. It's a fun show.
Right. I mean, conceptually, it's fun. It's just not for me.
My problem is that my wife knows more people than I do as far as that show happens.
You'll pull off a mask, and I'm like, I don't know who this is.
I don't know who they are. But listening to it, the lengths that they go through to make sure that the celebrities underneath the mask are completely unknown.
I think they do a great job of that.
They do a fantastic job.
Because
like
it's one thing to say, Ken Jennings, I go on Jeopardy.
Sure.
He knew how many episodes he made it. He couldn't say it, right? But it's one guy, just one guy, and he protects his own legacy. Masked Singers, what do they start with, 12 people maybe, whatever it is?
Yeah, something
so the thing is, if you're a celebrity, people watch every goddamn thing you do, even the crap that's not interesting. Britney Spears at the grocery store. Yeah, because girls got to eat. What the hell?
That's right.
But, so the fact that you're followed everywhere and everything is scrutinized, the fact that they keep these people secret blows my mind.
Right.
Also, when you look at the theory of people who've been there for a while and know the game, they know what's important and what's not. So Marshawn Lynch, he would just retire.
Yes.
Right. That way he didn't have to do preseason. He would come back.
Sure.
Gronk, just retire.
Right.
I'll come back in game 6. I got 6 games.
Exactly. I can always come out of retirement.
Instead of saying, look, guys, I've got 7 games in the tank. I've got 6 games in the tank. They have to do this structurally based on contracts to be able to go, hey, the best thing I can do is take this route so that I can play,
I might not have 17 weeks in me,
Right.
but I've got 10.
Exactly.
Or
I'll give
whatever
you a
it is.
really
And now-
good
and now-
10.
And before this year, you put 4 more on there.
Right.
I'm not doing that. Like,
It does say here there's a clip from the upcoming season TMZ Sports obtained. It shows Ken Jeong, a judge on the show, guessing that TV12 is one of the new undercover crooning celebs this year. Ken even adds, quote, he just got fined for not showing up to training camp because he's here on The Masked Singer. This is 7-time Super Bowl winner Tom Brady. One thing that they do during the show, Miles, is that they will play a short, what is it, Steve? 45-second video, maybe a minute-long video.
Is it clues? Is that what they do?
Yeah, they give
That's
you
right.
a hint, but the voice is always disguised, right? So you could go, man, I'm not going to come up. It's not that what they do is clever, but it's kind of clever. So you would give hints like, I hope you enjoy my voice because other people hear it all the time, hinting that you work on the radio.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And many people would walk miles and miles. to
Right.
see- So it's
I
all
grew
this
up
kind-
west of Virginia.
Yeah, right. All this kind of
that
stuff.
sort of a thing.
Right. So, and you kind of...
If you're Fox were to burrow for...
Exactly. Now, I
Super
wish that
Bowls
they
of
were this
soup.
plain
Right.
because they're not. The thing is, they'll throw a handful of just dummy clues out there that are of the most minute details.
That makes sense.
Like the biggest Tom Brady fan might know, sort of a thing. And they'll throw maybe one in there that's like, this is obvious towards this person. So
My Burden Hernandez says murder.
So my guess is that one of the clues that you'll get there.
throw a football to a murderer.
One of my guesses, my guess is that right there is a clue that they were given that he was fined for not showing up to training camp. Is the sort of thing that we got going.
Oh, so what? He was retired when he took the deal.
Well, that's
He doesn't need the NFL money.
Okay, but
that's the one thing. He doesn't need the contract money.
No, he's good. His wife's got him.
I was going to say, he does not make all the money in the house.
No.
His wife's the breadwinner.
Yes.
And he's rich.
Exactly.
He needs to listen to her.
I know.
Like every other person that's married.
Right.
I
If you want things to be peaceful.
I respect what Tom Brady. Look, Tom Brady is the easy guy to hate in the NFL just because he's so doggone good. I respect the fact that the guy's like, no, I don't need this huge paycheck. Pay my line.
Now that he's a Buccaneer, I don't hate Tom Brady.
No.
I know.
I
Why
don't
did
hate-
that happen?
I don't hate him.
Because he's the NFC's
Also,
as a Ravens fan, that guy, seriously.
Rob Gronkowski, when he was a Patriot, I still couldn't hate him. I could hate Tom Brady.
Yes.
But with Gronk, it was different.
Somebody here says the Tom Brady 12 clue. I once kissed my son on the lips.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
He is very affectionate, is he not? Goodness.
Dude, it's your kid.
Oh,
Like, who
It
cares?
is, man.
Who cares?
I know.
It's like, really? You think that's sexual?
No.
I understand it might be inappropriate.
It's weird. That's all it is.
People
It's
just having
weird.
fun with it. It's no big deal. People just have fun with it.
Exactly.
That's it.
So we're talking premieres. I'm going to be a little bit selfish here. You guys know that I am a bit of a Disney person. However, I feel like you guys have seen this particular Disney movie because I also feel like it came out before you guys were even born. We're talking the Disney classic that is getting its reboot this year featuring Tom Hanks. The new trailer is out now. Check it out.
Hello, Pops.
An almost real boy.
Turn around. Let me get a look at you. I will be right here when you get back.
Pinocchio?
This is Pinocchio.
Starring Lindsey Graham.
That's for sure.
Is this live action?
Yes. Rand Paul.
Pinocchio.
He's too stupid to lie.
Truthful.
And unselfish.
Who plays Pinocchio?
Always be my
I'm assuming
real boy.
Tom Hanks has to be Geppetto. Correct. Right? Because it's Tom Hanks. I have so many jokes about who can play the whale.
I know.
I'm just not going to. I'm just not going to do it.
I have so many line jokes.
You've got jokes as to who can play the whale. How could you possibly put that together? Who is playing Pinocchio? Benjamin Evan Ainsworth.
Okay.
Who is a kid that you haven't heard of because he's a kid playing a kid in the show.
And I'm about to do nothing probably but hear about him.
You're absolutely right, though. Tom Hanks plays Geppetto. Joseph Gordon-Levitt will be playing the part of Jiminy Cricket in the
All
show.
right. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I like him too. And then one other great voice that has a bit of a bit part, Keegan-Michael Key. He's playing Honest John. If you guys remember the movie at all, he was the fox that was in the beginning of that
He's
movie.
funny.
That was a shady guy. Yeah, I love Keegan-Michael Key. He's hilarious. It was one of my favorite movies growing up. I loved Pinocchio. It was a great movie.
How did you get involved in Pinocchio? It wasn't even out in theaters.
Okay, well, we had it on VHS.
Yeah. Okay. All
I
right.
lived by the TV and the VHS machine.
So do we.
Yeah, but we were old enough that we weren't buying that movie.
All right, I was going to say, like, how did you get involved, man?
I just liked the movie. It was a good
All
movie.
right. It's Italian.
It's Italian.
It's Italian.
Hey.
It's Italian.
Oh.
It's like a mobster movie for kids, except for when you lie, like we always do, the nose grows. So we always got big. So every Italian's got a huge schnoz on him.
It's a good movie.
What?
It's got a
We all
positive
lie.
message. Like, be honest. Like, he can't be a good boy until he's honest, brave, and truthful. Truthful, brave, and...
Are you just quoting the Boy Scout thing?
Unselfish. Unselfish. That's what he is. He's
You
a good
realize-
boy.
Thrifty, clean,
That's
brave,
right.
and reverent.
He's the first Boy Scout.
You remember that, no, that was Bruce Willis. You remember, no, he was the last Boy Scout, my bad. He was a weeblo. Remember that movie?
I remember hearing it, though. I remember, like,
he started as a cub, made up the wolf, then got his bear, and then went on to weevil.
And you realize
he shut the thing down from the inside.
we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but in the original Pinocchio, remember he smashed Jiminy Cricket with a hammer.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Yeah, this was like
violent.
an original German story or
How
something
is
like
that?
that.
Yeah, that's not inspired.
Well, they keep the cricket alive. I will say, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's cricket, at least in the trailer, he seems to be a lot more apprehensive versus...
Yeah, because you heard about the hammer. Hey, man.
Is not Jiminy Cricket the same cricket from the cricket lighter?
From the cricket lighter.
To help you smoke? Isn't it?
Hang on.
It's the
What?
same cricket.
Cricket lighters.
Yeah, cricket lighters.
It really is the same cricket.
There's no way.
It's almost
There's
like
no
Donald
way
Duck and the
Disney
Orange
signed
Juice.
off.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I'm trying to see
It's
what we
the
got
same.
here.
Who else has a cricket? Like a cricket that's your spokesperson? It's like Chuck E. Cheese with a rat.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. It's got to be the same thing.
That anyone would use.
Look at the.
No, it was not. This is not Jiminy Cricket. This is some weird Yuck Mouse style cartoon cricket.
It's like Jiminy Cricket.
A cricket's a cricket.
No,
Are you
no,
discriminating
no.
against crickets?
No,
Are you a cricket discriminator?
No.
Oh,
Hang
this
on.
is the old.
Hang on.
This is the
what
old school.
doggone Jiminy Cricket looks like. Don't give me that. This is what Jiminy Cricket looks like. That looks nothing like the lighter cricket.
Oh, he looks like the worst of them all, the frog from the WB.
Hello,
I'm a cricket. I'm a cricket. La 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 la
At
la.
the same time, man.
Here's my top hat. Here's my dancing. Enjoy my entertainment.
The other cricket is just like Jiminy Cricket on like a meth bender.
Yeah, really.
Right?
It does look like Jiminy Cricket.
Cricket returning from Vegas. Is that fair?
It looks like Jiminy Cricket's cockroach cousin.
Oh, he's a cockroach.
That's right. We don't.
He was adopted.
We don't talk to him.
Sure.
Yeah, Jiminy Cricket. So yeah, the new Pinocchio movie is going to be coming out here anytime soon.
Yay!
Let's talk about the worst episode of any TV show. That's the last episode.
Generally, yeah.
It's been 24 years since Seinfeld went off the air, and Newman is still needling Jerry. It says, Wayne Knight says that he thinks the finale was one of the show's worst episodes. Quote, I don't think you can end that show in a way that would work, which is fair. It had such hype. It was so big.
That's the problem with the final episode of any show. All right?
Friends is the only one that I hear had a good ending, and that's a rarity, I feel like, in the world of television.
I honestly don't know how that show.
Don't end it. Have a show that's like every other episode and then be done. So that's
Right.
still open ended.
Just be done.
What? No, you're open ended.
Exactly.
So you didn't close a book.
You can come back.
You can continue the
It can
next
happen.
chapter.
Says the idea of a retrospective winds up feeling like a clip show. So I think that they tried to pay a tribute to all the people who had walked through all that set. All great performances, all great people, and it didn't quite land in the way that we wanted.
But
Well, it's not going to.
But you know what? I feel like that this is true. They paid homage to all the people that had done the guest roles on the show.
They should.
And I think that's what you do, because if everyone's mad about the final episode, if nothing else, if they did 120 episodes, like, sorry you didn't like that one. The body of work speaks for itself, man.
Exactly, man.
Not only that, but Sopranos, right? They left it open ended, whether you liked the ending or not. At the end, when they played the journey or whatever the hell it was, they weren't expecting James Gandolfini to die.
Right.
They left it open, so this was
Cliffhanger.
just another end of a season. If they ever wanted to pick back up,
But I
they
respect
could.
Friends because of what they were saying, or not Friends, Seinfeld. We're done.
Yeah,
like
right.
we're not doing this again. Right. I hope you liked it. We're out.
The lightning's out of the bottle. We
Right.
can't catch it back again.
The director's cut of Jerry getting shot in the face.
What are you going to watch tonight? Preseason Thursday night football it's been on for the last hour here on Amazon. On Amazon. Houston Texans host the San Francisco 49ers.
Mike, your quarterback for the Houston Texans is
Mills. I have no idea.
I was
who he
asking
is.
Steve about this earlier. I don't know. Are they
Isn't
just
it
go-
Davis Mills?
Is that
Is
I
it?
know
Isn't
Davis
that who that
Mills'
is?
name?
But apparently the guy's pretty good. Stand up.
They might have drafted somebody this year too. I'm not positive. Also, we have the series premiere of Mike on Hulu, an 8-episode limited series about the life of Mike Tyson, and it stars Trevante Rhodes as Tyson. We also have
He's not happy about that either.
We also have a new episode of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, over there on Disney+. Late night tonight, check out Jimmy Kimmel. He's got Danny DeVito, guest host Nikki Glazer.
Thank you, brother. Okay. Appreciate it. You're listening to Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Dear C, now getting great deals while shopping inside a Michigan Dollar General store. Meanwhile, a shop in Japan is selling nothing but poop-themed items that you will surely adore. Florida family leaves air fryer on overnight, and now their kitchen is a total loss. Missouri School Board agrees to start paddling kids again to show them who's boss. United flight is canceled after passengers boarded and sat there for 9 hours. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
Our top story, we got a Newark airport where passengers needed to wait a little bit longer for their flight. Just a little bit there, Miles. The United flight was supposed to be bound for Denver from Newark at any moment, but was unfortunately forced to refuel as they didn't have enough fuel to make the trip. This might not have been met with as much criticism from the passengers if they didn't know the reason for the refuel. You see, they initially did have enough fuel for the voyage, but after being delayed due to weather and then taxiing the runways for upwards of 6 hours, they had burned through enough that they needed more. And as Miles said, they were delayed 9 doggone hours for that flight.
And then canceled.
If it was one, and then canceled.
And then canceled.
And then it's one thing if I'm waiting that entire time in the terminal. If I'm on that doggone plane for 6 hours, man, I'm not doing it.
No.
I can't do it.
You're going to lose your mind.
At this point, I would rather drive to another airport to then fly my ass out of there.
The longest I've been stuck on a tarmac on a plane was 3 hours. And and it was bad. Yeah, man, it sucked.
God.
And this was
that pre-flight or post-flight?
This was pre-flight. It was Eastern Airlines, back when Eastern Airlines. So this was 1983, 1984. And at that time, you still, in some cases, boarded the plane from to the stairs, like the president.
Oh, yeah.
Stairs from the ground into the plane. They couldn't get the stairs off the goddamn side of the plane. Like, that's what they told us.
That was the problem?
So everyone's like, dude, take off.
Right.
Yeah.
Let them fall off.
We know they can't do that, but everyone got to that point. Like, just take the hell off.
For real.
We got delayed in Philadelphia once. It ended up being like 20 minutes, but we were delayed because they said, ladies and gentlemen, there's a dog on the runway.
Good for it.
Fire up the plane. Right. It will probably move.
Dogs have a survival instinct.
Sure. Yeah.
They will leave said runway if loud freaking noises are out there.
Half the time you hit a coyote.
Right.
Hey, criminy. In other news, there's a school district in Missouri that's given some parents what they want. They've complained that they wanted an alternative punishment for their children beyond suspension and have come together and voted to bring corporal punishment back to their school. That's right, they're about to paddle your kids' butts.
Yeah, that's how we grow, man.
They're going to go about it a much different way than the days of old in an effort to keep from doing any real harm to anyone. They're only paddling students as a last resort after other methods of disciplinary action have failed.
Yeah, physical violence works.
If the parent opts in for punishment, the punishment, they will all be asked to opt in or out, and the punishment will be carried out by an administrator with other staff members present at the time. The superintendent has stated that this is not something that he wanted to bring back, but it has under his watch. But he's okay with it.
Mike, they used to bore holes.
Oh yeah,
so you could hear the paddles whistle when they were beating kids in the hallway.
Yep. Yeah,
when I was in school.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, go back to that, guys.
Yeah.
There
it is. Make sure to check your appliances while cooking. Fire crews in Florida were called to a home that had gone up in flames in the middle of the night. They were able to get the fire out and everyone to safety without incident or injury, but the damage caused by the fire was a total loss to the kitchen, with some roof damage as well. The source? An air fryer that had been left on overnight. It's not a slow cooker.
I don't even know how you
normally
do
they
that
shut off by a timer, right?
Just, like,
you put in 25 minutes and then it's gone.
But everything I put in, it gives its own time.
Sure,
you just say toast.
You can also hit like the fry button, the popcorn, like a microwave.
For mine, you can set the time. I haven't gone up to see what the maximum amount of time is that you can put on it, but it's got double digits on there. So I'm guessing, I'm guessing that my highest would be an hour and a half. For 99 minutes. So. To the wonderful world of the internet, where for what could have been a Hyde candidate for Mother of the Year, A video was uploaded to TikTok of a young man that requested a special haircut, to which his mother agreed. The kid is enough of a fan of the show The Simpsons to have been infatuated enough with the character of Mr. Burns that he requested to get his haircut styled just like the character.
And he did.
He did. He absolutely did. The video shows him getting into full character after the successful trim, to which the mother asks if she's a bad mom for letting her son do this to himself. No, you're not.
You're fine.
Don't worry. The kid is going to survive any ridicule that he gets from that. That's it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow for Bad Choice Friday, the return of Ted versus the FCC and the weekend.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Letha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.